Hey guys, welcome to Pokemon. So in today's video we are gonna see, what if Ash went to Paldea and won the league? Pokemon Horizon. Before starting, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in Pokemon fanfictions. Now without wasting any more time, let's dive in. The dawn broke gently over Pallet Town, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange. Ash Ketchum, world champion and seasoned Pokemon trainer, woke to the familiar sounds of Pidgey singing and the rustling leaves of the oak trees. Even though he had achieved the pinnacle of Pokemon battling by winning the World Coronation Series, Ash's heart still yearned for the thrill of adventure and the excitement of new challenges. Ash stretched lazily, a smile creeping onto his face as Pikachu, his loyal companion, snuggled beside him, emitting soft, contented sparks. Today seemed like a day like any other, until a knock at the door interrupted the tranquil morning. "Coming," Ash called, hastily throwing on his jacket and heading to the door. Standing there was Professor Oak, the town's revered Pokemon researcher and a close mentor to Ash. "Good morning, Ash," Professor Oak greeted with a warm smile, his eyes twinkling behind his glasses. He handed Ash a letter sealed with an unfamiliar emblem. "This came for you today. It looks quite important." Ash's curiosity piqued. He tore open the envelope to find an elegant invitation from the Paldea region. The letter described a new league and a series of trials that promised to be unlike any other he had faced. "A new region, Pikachu, Paldea. It sounds amazing," Ash exclaimed, his eyes alight with excitement. Pikachu responded with a cheerful, "Pika Pie," and a small jump of enthusiasm. Professor Oak looked on, his expression a mix of pride and fondness. "It seems like Paldea has heard of your accomplishments, Ash. They're inviting you to challenge their league and take on their unique trials. I think this could be a fantastic opportunity for you." Ash's mind was already racing with possibilities. Paldea, a land of mystery and new Pokemon, beckoned. He felt a familiar surge of anticipation and adventure, the kind that had propelled him through countless regions and battles. "I'm ready for this, Professor. Paldea sounds like just the adventure I've been looking for." With that, preparations for the journey began. Ash's mom, Delia, packed his bag with care, making sure he had all the essentials: clothes, snacks, and plenty of clean socks. "Don't forget to call, Ash. And be safe," she reminded him, her voice tinged with both pride and the usual motherly concern. "Of course, Mom. I'll make sure to keep in touch," Ash replied, hugging her tightly. He was grateful for her unwavering support through all his journeys. By midday, Ash and Pikachu were on their way to the airport, excitement bubbling within them. As they boarded the plane, Ash couldn't help but reflect on his past adventures. From Kanto to Galar, every region had taught him invaluable lessons and brought him closer to his dream of becoming a Pokemon master. Paldea was the next step, and he was eager to see what challenges and friendships awaited him there. The flight to Paldea was smooth, the hours passing in a blur of clouds and anticipation. As the plane began its descent, Ash gazed out of the window at the sprawling landscape below. Paldea was breathtaking, a diverse tapestry of lush forests, arid deserts, and towering mountains. The centerpiece was Mesagoza, a vibrant city nestled at the crossroads of this remarkable region. Upon landing, Ash and Pikachu were greeted by the bustling atmosphere of the Paldean airport. Trainers and Pokemon moved about, and there was an air of excitement and activity everywhere. As they stepped outside, the warm Paldean sun greeted them, along with the scents and sounds of a new place. Their first stop was the Pokemon Academy in Mesagoza, an impressive institution renowned for its research and training facilities. Ash had heard about the academy from Professor Oak. It was a place where aspiring trainers from all over the region came to learn and hone their skills. The academy grounds were expansive, featuring modern buildings interspersed with beautiful green spaces and training fields. Ash marveled at the state-of-the-art facilities, where students practiced battle techniques, studied Pokemon biology, and conducted research on various Pokemon habitats. While exploring the campus, Ash noticed a young girl with vibrant purple hair and a confident stride, leading a group of students in a Pokemon battle exercise. Her name was Juliana, and she radiated an air of enthusiasm and leadership. "Hi there," Juliana called out, noticing Ash and Pikachu. She approached them with a friendly smile. "You must be Ash Ketchum. I've heard a lot about you. Welcome to Paldea." "Thanks, it's great to be here," Ash replied, shaking her hand. Pikachu chirped a greeting from his shoulder. Juliana's eyes sparkled with excitement. We've all been looking forward to meeting you. Paldea has so much to offer. From our unique Pokemon to the incredible Paldean League. I'd be happy to show you around and help you get started. Grateful for her offer, Ash eagerly accepted. Juliana led him through the academy, explaining the various aspects of Paldea's Pokemon culture. They visited classrooms where students were learning about the region's rich history and its diverse Pokemon ecosystems. Ash was particularly fascinated by the studies on Paldean Pokemon, many of which were entirely new to him. One of the highlights of the tour was the Academy's battle arena. It was a grand, open-air coliseum where trainers tested their skills against one another. Ash's eyes lit up at the sight of it, itching for the chance to battle there himself. You'll definitely have to try a battle here, Juliana said, noticing Ash's excitement. It's a great way to get to know Paldean trainers and their strategies. As they continued their tour, Juliana took Ash to a nearby laboratory where researchers were studying a variety of Pokemon found in Paldea. The lab was filled with advanced equipment and displays showcasing the region's unique Pokemon species and their behaviors. One exhibit that caught Ash's attention featured the Pokemon Smoliv, a small grass type with olive-like features. Its cute, round body and wide eyes intrigued Ash, and he couldn't help but feel a connection to the little Pokemon. Smoliv is one of Paldea's native Pokemon, Juliana explained. They're known for their resilience and their ability to thrive in a variety of environments. Would you like to have one as a partner for your journey? Ash's eyes widened in surprise and delight. Really? That would be amazing. With a smile, Juliana handed him a Pokeball containing Smoliv. Ash released the Pokemon, and Smoliv looked up at him with curious eyes. Pikachu greeted Smoliv with a friendly nod, and the new addition to Ash's team seemed to settle in comfortably. Welcome to the team, Smoliv, Ash said, patting the Pokemon gently. We're going to have some amazing adventures together. As the day drew to a close, Juliana shared more about the challenges Ash would face in Paldea. She explained the structure of the Paldean League, which consisted of 8 gyms scattered across the region. To qualify for the league, Ash would need to earn badges by defeating the gym leaders. However, Paldea had additional trials that set it apart from other regions. In Paldea, we also have Titan Pokemon and Team Star, Juliana said. Titan Pokemon are incredibly powerful and protect special items called Herba Mystica. Defeating them will be crucial for your journey. Team Star, on the other hand, is a group of rebellious trainers who have set up their own battle arenas. They'll challenge you in ways you've never experienced before. Ash listened intently, his excitement building with each new piece of information. The prospect of facing these unique challenges and exploring the region's mysteries thrilled him. Paldea promised to be a land of discovery and adventure, just what he and Pikachu had been yearning for. As they said their goodbyes for the day, Juliana handed Ash a detailed map of Paldea and a guidebook filled with information about the region's Pokemon, landmarks, and culture. This should help you get started. If you need any advice or want to train, just let me know. I'm always around. Thanks, Juliana, Ash said, pocketing the map and guidebook. I really appreciate your help. I can't wait to see what Paldea has in store. As Ash and Pikachu made their way to their accommodation for the night, Ash couldn't help but reflect on the day's events. Paldea was already proving to be a fascinating place, full of new opportunities and challenges. With Smoliv now on his team and a new adventure on the horizon, Ash felt a familiar thrill, the same one he had felt when he first set out from Pallet Town all those years ago. Tomorrow's going to be amazing, Pikachu, Ash said as they settled in for the night. Pikachu responded with a cheerful, Pika Pie, and snuggled close. With the moon casting a soft glow over the city of Mesagoza, Ash drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the adventures that awaited him in this new and vibrant region. Little did he know, Paldea would test him in ways he had never imagined, forging new friendships and uncovering mysteries that would shape the course of his journey. But for now, Ash was content, ready to embrace whatever Paldea had to offer with the unwavering spirit of a true Pokemon master. The sun rose over Mesagoza, casting a warm glow across the sprawling city and its iconic academy. Ash Ketchum, having spent his first night in the Paldea region, was already awake and brimming with excitement. The previous day had been filled with new sights, introductions, and the promise of adventure, and he was eager to dive into the heart of this new journey. After a quick breakfast, Ash and Pikachu made their way back to the Pokemon Academy, where they had agreed to meet Juliana. The campus was buzzing with activity as students and Pokémon went about their morning routines. Ash marveled at the sheer diversity of Pokémon he saw, creatures he had never encountered before, each unique and fascinating. Juliana was waiting for them at the entrance to the Academy's main building, her purple hair catching the morning light. She greeted them with a cheerful wave. "Good morning, Ash. Ready to explore more of Paldea?" "You bet. I can't wait to see what else this place has to offer," Ash replied enthusiastically, Pikachu nodding in agreement from his shoulder. "Great, today, I'll show you around Mesagoza and introduce you to some of the key places you'll want to know as you start your journey," Juliana said, motioning for them to follow her. As they walked through the Academy grounds, Juliana pointed out various buildings and landmarks. The main building of the Academy was an impressive structure, blending modern architecture with classical elements. It housed lecture halls, research labs, and a grand library filled with books on Pokémon lore, history, and strategy. They passed a group of students engaged in a heated debate about the best strategies for battling dragon types. Ash couldn't help but smile, remembering his own early days as a trainer and the countless discussions he had with friends about battle tactics. "At the Academy, we encourage students to explore their interests and learn through hands-on experiences," Juliana explained. "Whether it's through research, battling, or fieldwork, there's always something exciting happening here." Their first stop was the Pokémon Center, a crucial hub for any trainer. The Mesagoza Pokémon Center was larger than any Ash had seen before, equipped with state-of-the-art medical facilities for Pokémon, a well-stocked shop, and a comfortable lounge area where trainers could relax and exchange stories. Inside, Nurse Joy greeted them warmly. "Welcome to the Pokémon Center. How can I help you today?" "We're just showing Ash around," Juliana explained. "He's new to Paldea." Nurse Joy's face lit up with recognition. "Ash Ketchum. I've heard so much about you. It's an honor to meet the world champion. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to ask." "Thanks, Nurse Joy. It's great to be here," Ash said, shaking her hand. Pikachu gave a friendly wave with his tiny paw. Juliana led them to the healing stations, where trainers could restore their Pokémon's health after battles. Ash watched as Nurse Joy and her team worked efficiently, using advanced medical equipment alongside the traditional healing methods he was familiar with. The sight reassured him, knowing that his Pokémon would be in good hands should they need care. Next, they visited the Pokémart section, where a wide array of items was on display, from potions and Pokéballs to more specialized gear like TMs and battle-enhancing items. Ash picked up a few essentials, including some revives and antidotes, making a mental note of the new items he would want to try out later. Their tour continued through Mesagos's bustling streets, where the city's vibrant culture and history came to life. They passed market stalls selling everything from fresh berries to handmade Pokéball charms. Street performers entertained crowds with impressive displays of Pokémon moves, and cafes and restaurants offered a tantalizing variety of local dishes. As they walked, Juliana shared stories about Mesagos's rich heritage. Mesagoza is not just a hub for trainers but also a center of culture and innovation in Paldea. The city was built on the foundations of ancient Paldean civilization, and you can see traces of that history in the architecture and art around us. They stopped by a large mural depicting a legendary battle between ancient Pokémon, the vibrant colors and dynamic lines capturing the drama and power of the moment. Ash was captivated, his imagination running wild with thoughts of the incredible battles that had taken place in the past. Their next destination was the Grand Plaza, the heart of Mesagoza. The plaza was a vast open space surrounded by shops, cafes, and historical buildings. At its center stood a majestic fountain adorned with statues of legendary Pokémon native to Paldea. The plaza was alive with activity, trainers discussing strategies, vendors selling their wares, and families enjoying the sunny day. Juliana led them to a raised platform overlooking the plaza. "This is one of the best spots in Mesagoza. From here, you can see almost the entire city. It's a great place to get a feel for the energy and spirit of Paldea." Ash took in the view, his eyes scanning the bustling streets and the distant mountains that framed the city. "This place is amazing," he said, his voice filled with awe. "There's so much to see and do." "That's Paldea for you," Juliana replied with a smile. "It's a region full of surprises and opportunities, and you're just getting started." As they continued their tour, they made their way to the gym, one of the key locations Ash would need to visit to challenge the Paldean League. The Mesagoza Gym was an impressive building, its design a blend of modern aesthetics and traditional Paldean motifs. The exterior was adorned with intricate carvings depicting various Pokémon in dynamic poses, a testament to the region's rich battling heritage. Inside, the gym was abuzz with activity. Trainers were engaged in intense battles, their Pokémon exchanging powerful moves while spectators cheered them on. Ash felt a familiar rush of excitement at the sight of the battles, eager to test his own skills against Paldea's gym leaders. Juliana introduced Ash to the gym leader, a confident and skilled trainer named Emilio. Emilio's specialty was bug-type Pokémon, and his battles were known for their strategic depth and creativity. "Welcome to the Mesagoza Gym, Ash," Emilio greeted him with a firm handshake. "I've heard a lot about your achievements. I'm looking forward to seeing how you handle our gym's challenges." Ash's eyes gleamed with determination. "Thanks, Emilio. I can't wait to battle you and earn my first Paldean badge." "That's the spirit," Emilio replied with a grin. "Our gym focuses on honing a trainer's ability to adapt and think on their feet. You'll need to be quick and clever to overcome our trials." With the gym tour complete, Juliana and Ash made their way to the Academy's training fields, where students and their Pokémon practiced battle techniques and refined their strategies. The training fields were a sprawling area with different terrains and environments designed to simulate various battle conditions. Juliana suggested they have a practice battle to help Ash familiarize himself with the Paldean battling style. "It'll be a great way to warm up before you start challenging the gyms and other trials." Ash agreed eagerly, and they found a suitable spot on the training fields. Juliana released her Pokémon, a Lechonk, while Ash sent out Smoliv, eager to see how his new partner would fare in battle. The practice battle was intense and engaging. Lechonk charged at Smoliv with surprising speed, using Tackle to try and overwhelm the small grass type. Smoliv responded with a well-aimed Razor Leaf, its leaves slicing through the air and striking Lechonk with precision. As the battle progressed, Ash quickly adapted to Juliana's tactics, using Smoliv's natural agility and moves to counter Lechonk's powerful attacks. Pikachu cheered from the sidelines, providing moral support and occasionally offering strategic advice. In the end, Smoliv emerged victorious, having outmaneuvered Lechonk with a combination of quick attack and Razor Leaf. Juliana congratulated Ash on his win, impressed by his quick thinking and Smoliv's performance. "Great job, Ash, you and Smoliv make a fantastic team," Juliana said, recalling Lechonk. "You'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with in Paldea." "Thanks, Juliana. That was a great battle," Ash replied, patting Smoliv on the head. "I can't wait to take on more challenges." With the practice battle over, Juliana led Ash to one of the Academy's greenhouses, a beautiful structure filled with a variety of plants and Pokémon. The greenhouse was a place of study and research, where students learned about the region's flora and how it interacted with the local Pokémon. Inside, they met Professor Aria, a botanist and Pokémon researcher specializing in grass-type Pokémon. She was a friendly and knowledgeable woman, her lab coat covered in smudges of soil and pollen. "Welcome, Ash. I've heard about your arrival," Professor Aria said, extending a hand. "It's wonderful to meet a trainer with such a passion for Pokémon. Let me show you some of the unique plants we have here in Paldea." Professor Aria guided them through the greenhouse, explaining the various plants and their properties. She showed Ash a patch of salty herbs, known for their restorative effects on Pokémon, and a cluster of lumberries, which could cure status conditions. One plant that caught Ash's attention was the Lumina Blossom, a rare flower that glowed softly in the dim light of the greenhouse. Professor Aria explained that the Lumina Blossom had unique. One plant that caught Ash's attention was the Lumina Blossom, a rare flower that glowed softly in the dim light of the greenhouse. Professor Aria explained that the Lumina Blossom had unique properties tied to the region's mystical energies. Its petals were said to enhance the strength of grass-type moves when used in battle. "This plant is fascinating," Ash remarked, gently touching one of the glowing petals. "It's amazing how plants and Pokémon are so interconnected here." Professor Aria nodded with a smile. "Indeed, in Paldea, we believe that the bond between Pokémon and their environment is crucial. The Lumina Blossom, for instance, has a symbiotic relationship with certain grass-type Pokémon, enhancing their abilities when they're in proximity. We're still studying the full extent of its powers." As they explored further, Ash learned about the Academy's efforts to preserve Paldea's natural habitats and promote sustainable Pokemon training practices. The students and researchers worked tirelessly to understand the region's ecosystems and their impact on Pokemon behavior and growth. Ash felt inspired by the dedication he saw at the greenhouse. The Academy's approach to integrating environmental stewardship with Pokemon training resonated with his own experiences traveling through various regions and encountering diverse ecosystems. It reminded him of his journey through Alola, where he had learned about the deep connections between people, Pokemon, and their environment. After the greenhouse tour, Juliana led Ash to the Academy's dining hall for lunch. The hall was a lively place, filled with students chatting excitedly about their studies and battles. The aroma of freshly prepared food wafted through the air, making Ash's stomach rumble. They joined a group of students at a large table, where trays of various dishes were set out. The menu featured traditional Paldean cuisine, with a variety of flavors and ingredients that were new to Ash. He tried a dish called Paella de Paldea, a savory rice dish with seafood and vegetables, and another called croquetas, crispy fried balls filled with a creamy mushroom mixture. "This food is amazing," Ash exclaimed between bites, his enthusiasm evident. Pikachu, too, enjoyed a special Pikachu-shaped rice dish, savoring every bite. As they ate, Juliana introduced Ash to some of her friends, who were eager to learn about his adventures in other regions. They bombarded him with questions about his battles, the Pokemon he had encountered, and his experiences as the world champion. One of the students, a boy named Raoul, was particularly interested in Ash's strategies for battling legendary and mythical Pokemon. "How did you manage to catch and train Pokemon like Melmetal and Latias?" he asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. Ash shared some of his experiences, emphasizing the importance of trust and respect in building bonds with powerful Pokemon. "It's all about understanding their strengths and respecting their abilities. Once you have that connection, it makes battling and training them a lot easier." The students listened intently, their admiration for Ash growing with each story. It was clear that Ash's journey had inspired them, and he felt a deep sense of responsibility to continue being a positive influence on young trainers. After lunch, Juliana took Ash to the Academy's battle simulators, a cutting-edge facility where students could practice battles in a variety of simulated environments. The simulators could replicate different terrains, weather conditions, and even specific battle scenarios, providing a safe and controlled environment for training. Ash was impressed by the technology and eager to try it out. Juliana set up a simulation of a rocky mountain terrain, challenging Ash to navigate the obstacles and battle a series of virtual Pokemon. As the simulation began, Ash and Pikachu faced off against a simulated Raiden in a rugged, rocky landscape. The battle was intense, with Raiden using its rock-type moves to create landslides and block Ash's path. Pikachu responded with quick, agile maneuvers, dodging rocks and using Thunderbolt to wear down Raiden's defenses. The simulation continued with different challenges, each testing Ash's ability to adapt to new environments and Pokemon. He battled through dense forests, icy tundras, and scorching deserts, each scenario pushing him and his team to their limits. Smoliv proved to be a valuable ally, using its grass-type moves to counter many of the simulated Pokemon's attacks and providing support with its healing abilities. By the end of the session, Ash was exhilarated and drenched in sweat. The simulators had provided a thrilling and realistic training experience, helping him hone his skills and prepare for the challenges ahead. "That was incredible," Ash said, panting slightly as he exited the simulator. "I've never seen anything like it. This will definitely help me in my battles." Juliana smiled, pleased with his enthusiasm. "The simulators are one of the best training tools we have here. They're designed to help trainers prepare for any situation they might encounter in the field. I'm glad you enjoyed it." As the afternoon wore on, Juliana suggested they visit one of Masagos's most famous landmarks, the Mirador de la Ciudad. The Mirador was a grand observation deck located atop a hill on the outskirts of the city, offering panoramic views of Masagosa and the surrounding landscape. The hike to the Mirador was a pleasant one, with a well-maintained trail winding through lush greenery and offering glimpses of the city below. Along the way, they encountered wild Pokemon like Fletchling and Hoppip, adding to the sense of adventure. Reaching the top, Ash and Juliana stood on the observation deck, taking in the breathtaking view. Masagosa sprawled out beneath them, a vibrant tapestry of buildings, streets, and parks, framed by the distant mountains and shimmering coastline. "This is incredible," Ash said, his voice filled with awe. You can see the whole city from up here. It's one of my favorite places in Paldea, Juliana replied, leaning against the railing. Whenever I need to clear my head or get some inspiration, I come up here and just take it all in. They spent a while at the Mirador, talking about their goals and dreams. Juliana shared her aspiration to become a Pokemon professor, inspired by her love for research and her desire to contribute to the understanding of Pokemon. Ash, in turn, spoke about his journey to become a Pokemon master and the adventures that had shaped him along the way. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the city, they made their way back down the hill, the conversation flowing easily between them. Ash felt a deep sense of connection to Juliana and her passion for Pokemon, recognizing in her the same drive and enthusiasm that had propelled him on his own journey. Back in Mesagoza, they stopped by a local cafe for a quick snack before heading to the Academy's dormitories, where Ash would be staying. The cafe was cozy and welcoming, with a menu featuring an array of delicious treats and beverages. Ash tried a sweet pastry called Empanada de Paldea, filled with a rich, spiced fruit mixture, while Pikachu enjoyed a special Pokemon-shaped cookie. As they sat at a corner table, Juliana gave Ash some tips on navigating the region's various challenges. In Paldea, it's important to be adaptable and open to new experiences. The gym leaders are tough, and the Titan Pokemon and Team Star will push you to your limits. But I know you've got what it takes to succeed. Thanks, Juliana, Ash said, feeling more confident than ever. I'm ready to take on whatever Paldea throws at me. And with friends like you here, I know it's going to be an incredible journey. They finished their snacks and headed to the dormitory, where Ash was assigned a comfortable room with a view of the academy grounds. As he unpacked his bag, he thought about the day's events, the tours, the practice battles, the new Pokemon he had met, and the inspiring people he had encountered. Pikachu hopped onto the bed, settling in with a contented sigh. "Pika Pie," he said, looking at Ash with a smile. "Yeah, buddy, today was amazing," Ash replied, patting Pikachu's head. "We've got a lot to look forward to in Paldea. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings." As the night settled over Mesagoza, Ash lay in bed, his mind racing with thoughts of the challenges ahead. He felt a surge of excitement and determination, ready to embrace the new experiences and adventures that Paldea had to offer. With Pikachu by his side and the support of new friends like Juliana, Ash knew he was prepared for anything. In the quiet of his room, he drifted off to sleep, the promise of a new day and new challenges filling his dreams. Paldea was a region full of potential and mystery, and Ash was eager to explore every corner of it, battle its strongest trainers, and uncover its secrets. This was the beginning of a new chapter in his journey, one that would test his skills, forge new friendships, and bring him closer to his ultimate goal of becoming a Pokemon master. The morning would bring the first real steps into Paldea's wilds, the first encounters with its gym leaders, and the first hints of the mysteries that lay hidden within its borders. For now, though, Ash was content, his heart full of the thrill of adventure and the joy of discovery. The journey ahead was full of promise, and Ash Ketchum was ready to face it with the unwavering spirit of a true Pokemon trainer. The dawn of a new day in Paldea brought with it a crisp, invigorating breeze that rustled through the trees and carried the scent of the ocean to Mesagoza. Ash Ketchum, having rested well in the Academy's dormitory, awoke with a sense of renewed energy and purpose. Pikachu stretched and yawned beside him, mirroring Ash's eagerness to dive into the day's adventures. After a quick breakfast, Ash packed his bag, making sure he had all the essentials for his journey. With his Pikachu perched comfortably on his shoulder, he set off towards the Academy's entrance, where he had agreed to meet Juliana. Juliana was already there, her backpack slung over one shoulder and a cheerful expression on her face. "Good morning, Ash. Ready for our first big adventure in Paldea?" "Absolutely. I'm pumped to see more of this region," Ash replied with a grin. "So, what's the plan for today?" "We're heading to Cordondo. It's a charming town known for its gym leader and a unique specialty, bug-type Pokemon. I figured it would be a good first gym for you to challenge," Juliana explained. "Plus, the journey there will give you a chance to explore some of Paldea's landscapes and meet new Pokemon." The prospect of facing a new gym and exploring unfamiliar terrain excited Ash. "That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see what kinds of Pokemon we'll find along the way." With their plan set, Ash and Juliana set off, exiting Mesagoza through its western gate and following the path towards Cordondo. The route was well trodden but still held an air of wild beauty, flanked by rolling hills and dotted with clusters of trees and wildflowers. The morning sun bathed the landscape in a warm, golden light, creating a picturesque scene that seemed to welcome them to the journey ahead. As they walked, Juliana pointed out various landmarks and shared stories about the region's history and culture. Ash listened intently, soaking in the details and appreciating Juliana's knowledge and enthusiasm. Their first encounter of the day came in the form of a small, burrowing Pokémon known as Tarantula. Its silk was strong and sticky, creating intricate webs that glistened in the sunlight. Ash was fascinated by its ability to weave such detailed patterns and decided to capture one for his team. "All right, Pikachu, let's go," Ash called, stepping forward to engage the Tarantula in battle. Pikachu leapt into action, his cheeks sparking with electricity as he prepared for the fight. Tarantula responded by shooting a sticky web towards Pikachu, attempting to trap him. Pikachu dodged skillfully, his agility allowing him to avoid the webbing. "Use quick attack, Pikachu," Ash commanded, his eyes focused on the Tarantula. Pikachu darted forward, a blur of yellow lightning, and struck Tarantula with a powerful tackle. The impact knocked the Tarantula off balance, but it quickly recovered, countering with a bug bite that caught Pikachu's tail. "Hang in there, Pikachu. Use Thunderbolt," Ash instructed, his voice filled with determination. Pikachu's cheeks glowed brightly before unleashing a bolt of electricity that struck Tarantula squarely. The electricity crackled and sparked, overwhelming the small bug type and leaving it stunned. Ash seized the opportunity, throwing a Pokeball with practiced precision. The ball hit Tarantula, drawing it inside with a flash of red light. It shook once, twice, and then clicked shut, signaling a successful capture. "Yes, we did it," Ash exclaimed, pumping his fist in the air. Pikachu cheered alongside him, clearly pleased with their victory. Juliana clapped her hands, smiling warmly. "Great job, Ash. Tarantula will be a great addition to your team. Its silk is incredibly versatile and can be used in both offense and defense." Ash retrieved the Pokeball, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "I'm looking forward to training Tarantula and seeing how it can help in our battles." With their new team member secured, Ash and Juliana continued along the path, encountering a variety of wild Pokémon and taking in the scenic beauty of Paldea's countryside. They passed through dense forests where Lediba and Spinarak swung from tree branches, and open fields where groups of Shroodle played in the tall grass. Around midday, they stopped by a tranquil lake to rest and have lunch. The water was clear and cool, reflecting the blue sky above, and the surrounding trees provided a comfortable shade. Ash released his Pokémon, Pikachu, Smoliv, and the newly captured Tarantula, allowing them to relax and play by the water's edge. Juliana set out a picnic spread, including sandwiches, fruit, and some local Paldean snacks. Ash marveled at the assortment of food, eager to try the new flavors. "This is amazing, Juliana. Thanks for putting all this together," Ash said, taking a bite of a sandwich filled with savory meats and fresh vegetables. "It's my pleasure," Juliana replied with a smile. "I always enjoy a good picnic during my travels. It's a great way to recharge and enjoy the scenery." As they ate, they discussed their plans for the rest of the journey. Juliana explained that the route to Cortondo would take them through several different habitats, each with its own unique Pokémon and challenges. "We'll be passing through the Sauter Plains next," she said. "It's a wide, open area known for its herds of Tauros and Skiddo. It's also home to some more elusive Pokémon like Shroodle, which can be tricky to spot but are fascinating to observe." Ash's eyes lit up at the mention of new Pokémon. "I can't wait to see them. I've heard a lot about the different forms of Tauros in Paldea. They sound really cool." After lunch, they packed up their picnic and continued on their way, eager to explore the Sauter Plains. The landscape gradually shifted from wooded areas to open fields, with gentle hills and scattered patches of wildflowers. The grass rustled in the breeze, creating a soothing, rhythmic sound that accompanied their footsteps. As they ventured deeper into the plains, they spotted a herd of Paldean Tauros grazing in the distance. The Tauros in Paldea were distinct from those Ash had encountered in Kanto, with sleeker builds and striking dark coloration. Their horns were longer and curved, giving them a more formidable appearance. Ash approached cautiously, not wanting to startle the herd. He observed the Tauros as they moved gracefully through the grass, their powerful muscles rippling with each step. It was clear that these Pokémon were well adapted to the open plains, their strength and speed perfectly suited to the environment. One of the toros, larger and more imposing than the others, noticed Ash and his companions. It lifted its head, its eyes narrowing as it assessed the newcomers. Ash remained still, trying to project a calm and non-threatening presence. The toros snorted, pawing the ground with one hoof, but didn't charge. Instead, it seemed to acknowledge Ash's respect and returned to grazing, keeping a watchful eye on the group. Juliana, standing beside Ash, whispered, "That's likely the herd leader." Toros in Paldea have a strong social structure, and the leader is usually the most experienced and powerful member of the group. It's impressive that it didn't react aggressively to us. You must have a way with Pokemon. Ash nodded, relieved that the encounter had been peaceful. I've learned that showing respect and understanding goes a long way with Pokemon. It's all about building trust. They continued through the plains, encountering more wild Pokemon along the way. They saw Skiddo grazing on patches of tall grass and groups of Shroodle playing near clusters of rocks. Ash tried to capture one of the Shroodle, but the small Pokemon proved elusive, darting away with surprising speed and agility. Shroodle are known for their cleverness and ability to blend into their surroundings, Juliana explained as they watched the Shroodle disappear into the grass. They can be difficult to catch, but they're fascinating creatures with unique abilities. As the afternoon wore on, they reached the edge of the Solder Plains and entered a more rugged terrain known as the Stormy Ridge. The landscape here was characterized by rocky outcrops and steep hills, with the occasional thunderstorm rolling in from the nearby mountains. Ash felt a thrill of anticipation as they navigated the rocky paths, the distant rumble of thunder adding to the sense of adventure. They encountered wild Pokemon like Tinkatif and Phalanx, each presenting new challenges and opportunities for Ash to test his skills. At one point, they found themselves in a narrow canyon, the walls towering high above them and creating a dramatic, enclosed space. The air was charged with static, and Ash could feel the electricity in the atmosphere, hinting at the approaching storm. Juliana suggested they take a break and find shelter before the storm hit. They located a small cave near the canyon's edge, its entrance partially hidden by a cluster of boulders. Inside, the cave was cool and dry, providing a safe haven from the brewing storm outside. As they settled in, Ash released his Pokemon, allowing them to rest and recover. Pikachu curled up beside Ash, while Smoliv and Tarantula explored the cave, their curiosity leading them to examine the various rock formations and hidden crevices. Juliana built a small fire using some dry twigs and leaves, creating a small, comforting glow that illuminated the cave's interior. The crackling of the fire added to the sense of tranquility, contrasting with the distant roar of thunder outside. As they waited out the storm, Ash and Juliana took the opportunity to discuss their strategies for the upcoming gym challenge. Juliana, having some experience with the Cortondo gym, offered valuable insights. The gym leader of Cortondo, Katie, specializes in bug-type Pokemon, Juliana explained, her eyes reflecting the firelight. She's known for her keen tactics and her Pokemon's agility. Bug types can be tricky because they often have diverse moves and can exploit various weaknesses. Ash listened attentively, considering how his own team could counter Katie's strategies. Pikachu's electric-type moves could be useful, and Tarantula's bug-type abilities might give us an edge. Smoliv's grass-type moves could be a wildcard too. Juliana nodded in agreement. That sounds like a solid plan. Just be mindful of bug-type Pokemon that might have secondary types, like grass or poison. They can complicate things if you're not prepared. As the storm raged on, Ash reflected on his past experiences with gym battles. He recalled his early days in Kanto, where each gym leader had challenged him in different ways, teaching him valuable lessons about strategy, adaptation, and teamwork. Each region had brought new trials and triumphs, shaping him into the trainer he was today. He also thought about his journey through Alola, where he had learned to appreciate the deep connections between Pokemon and their environment. The concept of Z moves and the unique culture of Alola had broadened his perspective, helping him understand the importance of harmony and balance in battles. These memories fueled his determination to succeed in Paldea. He knew that each gym battle here would be a test of his growth and an opportunity to forge new bonds with his Pokemon. With Pikachu by his side and his new teammates ready to give their all, Ash felt more prepared than ever to take on the challenges ahead. After some time, the storm began to subside, leaving behind a refreshing coolness in the air and a lingering scent of rain. Ash and Juliana decided it was safe to continue their journey, packing up their belongings and extinguishing the fire. They emerged from the cave to find the landscape glistening with raindrops, the rocky surfaces reflecting the light of the setting sun. The storm had passed, leaving a serene, almost magical atmosphere in its wake. As they resumed their trek, Ash noticed a small, shimmering rainbow arching across the sky, a symbol of hope and renewal after the storm. He smiled, feeling a sense of optimism for the challenges that lay ahead. Their path led them through the final stretch of the stormy ridge and into a lush, fertile valley that marked the outskirts of Cortondo. The town itself was nestled in a picturesque setting, surrounded by rolling hills and vibrant orchards. The buildings were charming and quaint, with ivy-covered walls and colorful flower boxes adorning the windowsills. Cortondo was known for its bug-type Pokemon, but it was also famous for its orchards and beekeeping, producing some of the finest honey in Paldea. The town had a rustic, welcoming feel, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and fresh fruit. As they entered the town, they were greeted by the sight of Pokemon buzzing about, including Combee gathering nectar and Cutiefly flitting among the flowers. The residents, too, seemed to embody the town's cheerful spirit, offering friendly waves and warm smiles to Ash and Juliana. Juliana led Ash to the local Pokemon Center, where they could rest and prepare for the gym challenge. The center was a hub of activity, with trainers tending to their Pokemon and sharing stories of their battles and adventures. Inside, they were greeted by Nurse Joy, who welcomed them with a kind smile. "Welcome to the Pokemon Center. How can I assist you today?" "We'd like to get our Pokemon checked out and rested before our gym challenge," Ash said, placing his Pokeballs on the counter. "Of course. We'll have them back to full health in no time," Nurse Joy replied, taking the Pokeballs and guiding Pikachu to the treatment area. While their Pokemon were being cared for, Ash and Juliana took a seat in the lounge area, where they could relax and discuss their strategy for the gym battle. The lounge was cozy, with plush chairs and a large screen displaying various Pokemon contests and battles from around the region. Juliana pulled out a map of Cortondo and pointed to the location of the gym. Katie's gym is situated near the town's central plaza, next to the largest orchard. It's designed to reflect the town's connection to nature and bug-type Pokemon, so expect a lot of natural elements in the gym's layout. Ash studied the map, noting the gym's proximity to the orchards and planning his route. "Got it. I'm excited to see what the gym is like and how Katie's bug types will challenge us." Before long, Nurse Joy returned with Ash's Pokemon, all fully healed and brimming with energy. Pikachu leapt back onto Ash's shoulder, while Smoliv and Tarantula settled into their Pokeballs, ready for the upcoming battle. "Thank you, Nurse Joy," Ash said, grateful for the care his Pokemon had received. "You're welcome. Good luck with your gym challenge," Nurse Joy replied with a warm smile. With their Pokemon revitalized and their plan in place, Ash and Juliana set out towards the gym. The town's central plaza was bustling with activity, with vendors selling fresh produce, handmade crafts, and honey-based treats. The vibrant atmosphere added to the excitement of the day, making the upcoming gym battle feel like a festive occasion. They arrived at the gym, a beautifully designed building that blended seamlessly with its surroundings. The exterior was adorned with intricate patterns of leaves and vines, and large windows offered glimpses of the lush interior. It was clear that the gym was an integral part of the town's identity, reflecting its harmony with nature and bug-type Pokemon. At the entrance, they were greeted by a young gym attendant named Marco, who welcomed them with a bright smile. "Hello. You must be Ash Ketchum, here for your gym challenge. We've been expecting you." "That's right," Ash replied, feeling a surge of anticipation. "I'm ready to take on the challenge." Marco led them inside, where the interior of the gym was even more impressive. The main arena was designed to resemble a giant terrarium, with tall trees, lush foliage, and even a small stream running through it. The air was filled with the sounds of chirping Pokemon and the rustling of leaves, creating an immersive, natural environment. Katie, the gym leader, stood at the center of the arena, her vibrant outfit and confident demeanor making her instantly recognizable. She had a welcoming smile and a demeanor that suggested both warmth and determination. "Welcome to Cortondo Gym, Ash Ketchum," Katie called out, her voice carrying a friendly yet competitive tone. "I've heard a lot about your journey and your impressive skills as a trainer. I'm excited to see what you've got." Ash stepped forward, his excitement palpable. "Thank you, Katie. I've been looking forward to this battle. Let's give it our all." Katie nodded, her eyes gleaming with enthusiasm. "That's the spirit. This will be a one-on-one match, and I'll be using my best bug-type Pokemon. Are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be, Ash replied, his hand hovering over his Pokeballs. He decided to lead with Tarantula, confident that his new teammate would be a strong contender in a bug-type battle. As the battle began, the arena buzzed with anticipation. Katie released her Pokemon, a nimble, elegant Pokemon called Lokix. It had a sleek, insectoid appearance and moved with incredible agility, its eyes fixed on Tarantula with sharp focus. Lokix, let's show them what we've got, Katie commanded, her voice filled with determination. Ash responded swiftly, calling out to Tarantula. Tarantula, start with Silk Shot. Tarantula spun a web of silk, aiming it at Lokix in an attempt to slow its movements. Lokix dodged with ease, its agility allowing it to evade the sticky threads. Lokix, use Lunge, Katie countered, her eyes never leaving the battlefield. Lokix lunged forward with astonishing speed, its attack aimed directly at Tarantula. Tarantula braced itself, using its legs to absorb the impact and countering with a bug bite that latched onto Lokix's leg. The two Pokemon grappled, each using their strengths to try and gain the upper hand. Lokix's agility and speed were impressive, but Tarantula's silk and tenacity provided a strong defense. Hang in there, Tarantula. Use Silk Shot to create a barrier, Ash instructed, thinking quickly. Tarantula spun its silk rapidly, creating a barrier that slowed Lokix's movements and allowed Tarantula to maneuver more effectively. The strategy bought Tarantula enough time to launch a string shot, tangling Lokix's legs and reducing its speed further. Katie's eyes narrowed as she assessed the situation. Lokix, break free with acrobatics. Lokix twisted and turned, using its powerful legs to tear through the silk and regain its agility. It launched into a series of acrobatic maneuvers, flipping and spinning through the air in a dazzling display of speed and precision. Tarantula, though, was not easily intimidated. It responded with a determined bug bite, catching Lokix midair and sending it tumbling to the ground. The impact dazed Lokix, giving Tarantula the opportunity to capitalize on its advantage. Finish it with Electro Web, Ash commanded, his voice filled with determination. Tarantula shot a web charged with electricity, which enveloped Lokix and sent a jolt through its body. The combination of the web's constriction and the electric shock overwhelmed Lokix, causing it to faint. Katie's eyes widened in surprise and admiration. Impressive, Ash. You and Tarantula make a formidable team. Ash beamed with pride as Tarantula returned to his side, clearly exhausted but triumphant. Thanks, Katie. Lokix was amazing too. It was a tough battle. Katie recalled Lokix and approached Ash with a warm smile. You've definitely earned your first badge in Paldea. Here's the bug badge, a symbol of your victory and skill. She handed Ash a beautifully crafted badge shaped like a delicate insect wing. Ash accepted it gratefully, feeling a rush of accomplishment. Thank you, Katie, Ash said, admiring the badge. This means a lot. You've earned it, Ash, Katie replied. I'm sure you'll continue to impress as you take on more gyms in Paldea. I'm looking forward to seeing how you grow as a trainer. Juliana, who had been watching the battle from the sidelines, joined them with an enthusiastic cheer. That was incredible, Ash. You and Tarantula were amazing out there. Ash nodded, his excitement still palpable. Thanks, Juliana. I couldn't have done it without your support and guidance. Katie's eyes sparkled with interest. You're traveling together, I see. That's wonderful. Having a good companion on your journey makes all the difference. Ash agreed wholeheartedly. Definitely. Juliana's been a great help, and I'm learning a lot from her. Juliana blushed slightly at the praise. Thanks, Ash. It's been great traveling with you too. I'm glad I can help. With the gym battle concluded, Ash and Juliana decided to explore more of Cortondo and enjoy the local sights. The town was vibrant and full of life, with its orchards and beekeeping areas offering a unique charm. They wandered through the town's central plaza, where vendors sold fresh fruit, honey-based treats, and various crafts. The bustling marketplace was filled with the scents of ripe fruit and sweet honey, creating an inviting atmosphere that made exploring a delight. Ash sampled some of the local delicacies, including honey-drizzled pastries and fresh squeezed juices. He marveled at the rich flavors and the creativity of the local cuisine, which reflected the town's deep connection to its natural surroundings. As they strolled through the plaza, They came across a performance by a group of local trainers, showcasing their bug-type Pokémon in a series of coordinated routines. The display highlighted the agility and versatility of bug types, with Pokémon like Butterfree, Heracross, and Orbeetle demonstrating their impressive moves. Juliana explained that these performances were a tradition in Cortondo, celebrating the town's heritage and its affinity for bug-type Pokémon. It's a way for trainers to showcase their bond with their Pokémon and to entertain the community. It's one of the things that make Cortondo so special. Ash watched the performance with fascination, appreciating the trainers' skills and the beauty of their Pokémon's movements. It was clear that the people of Cortondo took great pride in their Pokémon and their culture, creating a strong sense of community and belonging. Later in the afternoon, Ash and Juliana visited the town's orchards, where they were greeted by the sight of Combee buzzing among the flowers and collecting nectar. The orchards were lush and full of vibrant colors, with rows of fruit trees and blooming plants creating a picturesque landscape. They met with one of the orchard's caretakers, an elderly woman named Rosa, who shared stories about the town's history and its relationship with bug-type Pokémon. She explained how the Combee and other bug types played a vital role in pollinating the orchards and producing the town's famous honey. Bug-type Pokémon are more than just battle partners here, Rosa said with a twinkle in her eye. They're an essential part of our ecosystem and our way of life. We respect and cherish them for the important roles they play. Ash was touched by Rosa's words, gaining a deeper appreciation for the bond between the people of Cortondo and their Pokémon. It reminded him of the lessons he had learned in Alola about the harmony between Pokémon and their environment. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the town, Ash and Juliana found a quiet spot on a hill overlooking Cortondo. They sat together, watching the sky change colors and reflecting on the day's adventures. "It's been an amazing day," Ash said, his voice filled with contentment. "I've learned so much and experienced so many new things. I'm really grateful for this journey." Juliana smiled, her eyes softening with affection. "I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ash. Traveling with you has been a wonderful experience, and I'm excited to see where our journey will take us next." They sat in companionable silence for a while, enjoying the peacefulness of the moment and the beauty of the sunset. The town below was alive with the sounds of evening activities, the gentle hum of Combee returning to their hives, and the distant laughter of children playing. Ash felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that his journey in Paldea was just beginning. The challenges he had faced so far had only strengthened his resolve, and he was eager to continue exploring, battling, and discovering all that the region had to offer. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Ash and Juliana made their way back to the Pokémon Center, where they would spend the night before setting off on their next adventure. The day had been filled with excitement, challenges, and new experiences, and Ash knew that it was just the start of what promised to be an incredible journey through Paldea. The future was bright, and with Pikachu, Tarantula, and his other Pokémon by his side, Ash was ready to face whatever lay ahead. With the bug badge in hand and his spirit renewed, he looked forward to the next steps in his quest to become a Pokémon master in this vibrant and fascinating new region. The morning sun cast a warm glow over Cortondo as Ash and Juliana bid farewell to the bustling town. With the bug badge proudly pinned to his vest, Ash felt a renewed sense of determination. Their next destination loomed on the horizon, the legendary Glimwood Forest. Juliana led the way, guiding Ash through the winding paths that stretched beyond Cortondo. The route was serene, with wildflowers swaying gently in the breeze and the distant chirping of Pokémon echoing through the air. Ash couldn't help but marvel at the natural beauty of Paldea, each step forward feeling like a discovery in itself. "Glimwood Forest is unlike any place you've seen before," Juliana remarked, her voice filled with anticipation. "It's known for its mystical aura and the rare Pokémon that call it home. Trainers come from all over Paldea to explore its depths." Ash nodded eagerly, his eyes scanning the horizon ahead. "I've heard stories about Glimwood Forest. It's supposed to be full of mysteries and ancient legends. I can't wait to see it for myself." Their journey took them through rolling meadows and dense woodlands, each transition offering new Pokémon to encounter and new challenges to overcome. They crossed paths with a group of Ladybug fluttering among the trees, their delicate wings shimmering in the sunlight. Ash attempted to capture one, fascinated by its graceful movements, but it proved to be elusive, darting away with a playful trill. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the atmosphere shifted subtly. The air grew cooler and filled with the earthy scent of moss and fallen leaves. Sunlight filtered through the canopy above, casting dappled patterns of light and shadow on the forest floor. Juliana paused to examine a cluster of glowing mushrooms growing at the base of an ancient tree. "These are mushrooms," she explained, gesturing for Ash to take a closer look. "They emit a soft light that helps guide travelers through the forest at night. They're also said to have healing properties." Ash observed the mushrooms with curiosity, noting their gentle glow and the way they seemed to pulse with life. "They're amazing. Paldea really is full of surprises." "Absolutely," Juliana agreed with a smile. "That's part of what makes exploring new regions so exciting. You never know what you'll discover." Their path wound deeper into Glimwood Forest, where the trees grew taller and more densely packed together. Shafts of sunlight pierced through the canopy, creating patches of golden light that danced across the forest floor. The air was alive with the calls of Pokemon, some familiar and others distinctly Paldean. They encountered a group of Spinarak spinning intricate webs among the branches. Ash watched in fascination as the Spinarak worked together, their silk shimmering in the sunlight. Juliana explained how Spinarak's silk was used in various crafts in Paldea, from clothing to artwork, highlighting its versatility and strength. Further along the trail, they stumbled upon a tranquil clearing adorned with clusters of glowing celebi blossoms. The flowers were a vivid shade of blue, their petals shimmering with a faint, ethereal glow. Ash approached cautiously, entranced by their beauty. "Celebi blossoms are known for their calming effects," Juliana said softly, her voice filled with reverence. "Legend has it that their presence can bring peace and harmony to those who encounter them. They're considered sacred by many in Paldea." Ash nodded in understanding, sensing the serene energy that surrounded the flowers. He admired their delicate petals and the way they seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly light. It was moments like these that reminded him of the profound bond between Pokemon and nature in Paldea. Their journey through Glimwood Forest continued, each turn revealing new wonders and challenges. They navigated through dense thickets and crossed babbling brooks, encountering Pokemon like Shroomish and Morello along the way. Ash attempted to capture a Morello, drawn to its unique appearance and the soothing glow emitted by its caps, but it slipped away into the underbrush with a playful giggle. As they approached midday, they found a tranquil clearing nestled between towering trees. The clearing was bathed in sunlight, creating a natural stage for Pokemon to frolic and play. Ash released Pikachu and his other Pokemon, allowing them to stretch their legs and enjoy the serene surroundings. Pikachu wasted no time in exploring, darting between patches of sunlight and investigating a nearby stream. Smoliv and Tarantula joined in the fun, their laughter mingling with the rustling of leaves and the chirping of wild Pokemon. "It's moments like these that make the journey worthwhile," Ash remarked, watching his Pokemon interact with a smile. "Seeing them happy and enjoying themselves in nature." Juliana nodded in agreement, her gaze softening as she observed the scene. "Absolutely. The bond between trainers and their Pokemon is a special one. It's about more than just battles, it's about sharing experiences and forging lifelong friendships." They spent some time in the clearing, resting and enjoying a simple picnic of berries and dried fruits. Ash shared stories of his past adventures in other regions, from his battles in the Pokemon League to his encounters with legendary Pokemon. Juliana listened intently, offering insights and sharing her own tales of exploration and discovery in Paldea. "It sounds like you've had some incredible experiences," Juliana remarked, her eyes sparkling with admiration. "You've faced legendary Pokemon and powerful trainers, each challenge shaping you into the trainer you are today." Ash smiled modestly, reflecting on his journey. "It hasn't always been easy, but every challenge has taught me something new. I've learned that every Pokemon and every battle has something to teach us." Juliana nodded thoughtfully. "That's the essence of being a trainer, always learning and growing. It's what makes each journey unique and meaningful." After their rest, they continued their trek through Glimwood Forest, the path leading them deeper into its heart. The forest grew denser, with ancient trees looming overhead and the air thick with the scent of moss and pine. Shadows danced along the forest floor, cast by the shifting canopy above. They encountered a group of Venipede crawling among the roots of a massive tree. The Venipede were small but formidable, their armored bodies gleaming in the dappled sunlight. Ash admired their resilience and defensive capabilities, intrigued by their unique adaptations to life in the forest. Venipede are known for their protective instincts and their ability to curl into a defensive ball, Juliana explained, watching the Pokemon with interest. Their armor provides them with excellent defense against predators and rival Pokémon. Ash nodded, absorbing the information. They're impressive. I bet they're strong battlers too. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across a narrow, winding trail that led to a secluded glade. The glade was bathed in a soft, ethereal light, the air tinged with a faint hint of magic. Ash felt a sense of anticipation as they approached, drawn by the mysterious aura that seemed to emanate from the glade. In the center of the glade stood a majestic tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like ancient fingers. The tree was surrounded by a ring of glowing mushrooms and flowers, creating a natural sanctuary that felt untouched by time. "This is the hardwood tree," Juliana whispered, her voice filled with reverence. "It's said to be the heart of Glimwood Forest, a place of ancient power and tranquility. Many trainers come here seeking wisdom and guidance." Ash approached the tree cautiously, sensing the sacred energy that permeated the glade. He reached out to touch the rough bark, feeling a faint pulse of energy beneath his fingertips. It was a humbling experience, being in the presence of something so ancient and mysterious. "This place is incredible," Ash murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. "It feels alive." Juliana nodded in agreement, her eyes reflecting the tree's tranquil aura. The hardwood tree is a symbol of balance and harmony in Glimwood Forest. It's said to be a source of strength and renewal for those who seek its wisdom. They spent some time in quiet contemplation, allowing the serenity of the glade to wash over them. Ash closed his eyes, feeling a deep connection to the forest and its inhabitants. He thought about his journey so far and the challenges that lay ahead, drawing strength from the natural beauty and ancient wisdom that surrounded him. As they prepared to leave the glade, a rustling sound caught their attention. Ash turned to see a small, green Pokémon peeking out from behind the hardwood tree. It had round, curious eyes and a mischievous grin, its tail twitching with excitement. "Hey there," Ash greeted gently, extending a hand towards the Pokémon. "Are you a forest guardian?" The Pokémon blinked at him before darting forward with a playful chirp. It circled Ash and Juliana, its energy infectious and its curiosity evident. "That's a Grookey," Juliana explained with a smile. "They're known for their playful nature and their affinity for music. They're said to be in tune with the rhythms of Glimwood Forest." Ash chuckled as Grookey hopped onto his shoulder, its tiny paws clutching at his vest. He felt a surge of warmth, grateful for the unexpected encounter. "It looks like Grookey has taken a liking to you," Juliana remarked, amused by the Pokémon's antics. They're known to form strong bonds with trainers who respect and appreciate nature. Ash nodded, gently patting Grookey's head. "I'm honored. It's been a while since I've had a grass-type Pokémon on my team. Grookey, would you like to join us?" Grookey responded with a cheerful chirp and a vigorous nod, clearly eager to join Ash and his Pokémon on their journey. Ash smiled warmly, feeling a sense of excitement at the prospect of adding a new companion to his team. "I'd be honored to have you with us, Grookey," Ash said, his voice filled with genuine appreciation. "Welcome to the team." With Grookey now part of their group, Ash and Juliana continued their exploration of Glimwood Forest, the Pokémon frolicking happily around them. Grookey scampered ahead, occasionally pausing to inspect a patch of Lumushrooms or playfully chase after a passing Butterfree. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the atmosphere grew even more mystical. The trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets, their leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. Shafts of sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting a golden glow over the forest floor and illuminating clusters of glowing celebi blossoms. Juliana led them along a narrow path that wound through a grove of ancient oaks. The trees stood tall and proud, their branches intertwined like guardians of the forest. Moss clung to their trunks, creating a tapestry of green and silver that shimmered in the dappled sunlight. "This path will take us to the heart of Glimwood Forest," Juliana explained, her voice filled with reverence. "It's a place of great beauty and mystery, where trainers often come to meditate and seek guidance." Ash followed Juliana through the grove, the ground soft beneath his feet and the air filled with the scent of earth and moss. Pikachu and the other Pokémon stayed close, their senses heightened by the forest's natural energy. As they approached a clearing at the end of the path, Ash felt a surge of anticipation. The clearing was bathed in sunlight, a natural amphitheater surrounded by ancient trees and adorned with clusters of glowing mushrooms. In the center of the clearing stood a large, circular stone engraved with intricate symbols and patterns. "This is the Celestial Stone," Juliana explained, her voice hushed with awe. It's said to be a conduit of cosmic energy, connecting Glimwood Forest to the stars above. Trainers often come here to meditate and harness the stone's power. Ash approached the celestial stone cautiously, sensing its profound energy. The stone shimmered with a faint, otherworldly light, its surface smooth and cool to the touch. He placed a hand on the stone, feeling a gentle hum of energy beneath his fingertips. "It's amazing," Ash murmured, his voice filled with wonder. "I can feel its energy. It's alive." Juliana nodded in agreement, her eyes fixed on the stone. The celestial stone is a symbol of balance and harmony in Glimwood Forest. It's believed to have been here since ancient times, a testament to the enduring power of nature. They spent some time in quiet contemplation, allowing the serene energy of the clearing to wash over them. Ash closed his eyes, feeling a deep connection to the forest and its mystical surroundings. He thought about his journey in Paldea and the challenges that lay ahead, drawing strength from the natural beauty and ancient wisdom that surrounded him. As they prepared to leave the clearing, a soft melody filled the air, catching Ash's attention. He turned to see Grookey sitting atop a fallen log, its leafy cap tilted as it strummed its stick against the log's surface. Grookey's music was simple yet enchanting, its rhythm echoing through the clearing like a gentle breeze. Pikachu and the other Pokémon gathered around, their eyes filled with curiosity and appreciation. Even Juliana couldn't help but smile at the sight and sound of Grookey's impromptu performance. "You're quite the musician, Grookey," Ash remarked with admiration, his voice carrying across the clearing. Grookey paused its playing and chirped happily, its eyes bright with pride. It seemed to relish the attention and the joy it brought to its newfound friends. Juliana chuckled softly, her gaze warm as she watched Grookey interact with the Pokémon. Grookey has a natural talent for music. It's said that their melodies can calm even the most restless hearts. Ash nodded thoughtfully, impressed by Grookey's ability to connect with others through its music. Music has a way of bringing people and Pokémon together, he mused. It's a universal language that transcends words. With Grookey's music lingering in the air, Ash and Juliana resumed their journey through Glimwood Forest. The path led them through towering trees and winding streams, each turn offering new discoveries and challenges. They encountered a group of Elgium floating gracefully among the branches, their psychic energy shimmering like starlight. Juliana explained how Elgium were believed to have a deep connection to the cosmos, using their psychic abilities to communicate and navigate through the forest's dense foliage. Ash admired their serene demeanor and their mysterious aura, intrigued by their role in Glimwood Forest's ecosystem. As they continued their trek, they stumbled upon a secluded grove nestled deep within the forest. The grove was filled with clusters of glowing mushrooms and celebi blossoms, creating a tranquil sanctuary that felt untouched by time. Ash sensed a powerful presence within the grove, a presence that seemed to resonate with the forest itself. In the center of the grove stood a massive tree, its branches stretching towards the sky like ancient sentinels. The tree's bark was etched with symbols and patterns, each marking a chapter in the forest's long history. Moss and ivy clung to its trunk, creating a tapestry of green and silver that shimmered in the gentle breeze. "This is the guardian tree," Juliana whispered, her voice filled with reverence. "It's said to be the protector of Glimwood Forest, watching over its inhabitants and maintaining balance within its sacred grove." Ash approached the guardian tree cautiously, sensing its profound energy. The tree exuded a sense of wisdom and strength, its roots anchored deep within the forest's rich soil. He placed a hand on the tree's bark, feeling a surge of energy that seemed to resonate with his own spirit. "It's incredible," Ash murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. "I can feel its presence. It's alive." Juliana nodded in agreement, her eyes fixed on the guardian tree. The guardian tree is a symbol of protection and harmony in Glimwood Forest. It's believed to have stood here for countless generations, guiding travelers and offering sanctuary to those in need. They spent some time in quiet contemplation, allowing the guardian tree's serene energy to envelop them. Ash closed his eyes, feeling a deep connection to the forest and its ancient guardians. He thought about his journey in Paldea and the challenges that lay ahead, drawing strength from the natural beauty and sacred wisdom that surrounded him. As they prepared to leave the grove, a rustling sound caught their attention. Ash turned to see a group of Pokémon emerging from the shadows of the trees. They were a diverse group, each with its own unique features and abilities. Among them was a majestic deerling, its coat changing with the seasons and its eyes filled with curiosity. Beside it stood a pair of vulpix, their fur shimmering with an icy glow. A trio of pansage swung playfully from the branches above, their leafy tails rustling in the breeze. "These are the guardians of Glimwood Forest," Juliana explained, her voice filled with awe. "They watch over the forest and its inhabitants, ensuring balance and harmony." Ash observed the guardians with admiration, impressed by their strength and their bond with the forest. He sensed a deep connection between them, a connection that transcended words and boundaries. "It's amazing," Ash murmured, his voice filled with wonder. They're like the guardians of this place." Juliana nodded thoughtfully, her gaze warm as she watched the guardians interact with one another. The guardians are a symbol of unity and resilience in Glimwood Forest. They embody the spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. With a sense of gratitude and reverence, Ash and Juliana bid farewell to the guardians of Glimwood Forest. They continued their journey through the ancient grove, the path leading them towards a clearing bathed in sunlight. The clearing offered a breathtaking view of the forest's expansive canopy and the distant mountains beyond. As they paused to admire the scenery, Ash felt a sense of peace wash over him. He knew that their journey in Paldea was far from over, with new challenges and discoveries awaiting them in the days ahead. Yet, in that moment, surrounded by the beauty of Glimwood Forest and the companionship of his Pokémon and Juliana, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment. "The forest is truly amazing," Ash said softly, his voice filled with gratitude. "There's so much to learn and explore here." Juliana smiled warmly, her eyes reflecting the forest's tranquil aura. Indeed, Glimwood Forest is a place of wonder and mystery, where every corner holds a new adventure. I'm glad we could experience it together. With their hearts and minds filled with the magic of Glimwood Forest, Ash and Juliana resumed their journey through Paldea. The path ahead was uncertain and filled with challenges, but they knew that as long as they faced them together, they would emerge stronger and more united than before. As the sun began to set over the forest, casting a warm golden glow over the trees, Ash and Juliana made their way back to the winding path that led out of Glimwood Forest. The journey had been filled with exploration, discovery, and the bonds of friendship that transcended words. With their Pokémon by their side and Grookey perched happily on Ash's shoulder, they retraced their steps through Glimwood Forest. The forest seemed to embrace them with a sense of quiet farewell, the rustling leaves and gentle murmurs of Pokémon bidding them safe travels. As they emerged from the forest's edge, the fading light of dusk bathed the landscape in hues of orange and gold. The sky above was painted with streaks of pink and purple, a breathtaking canvas that marked the end of another day in Paldea. "We made some incredible memories in Glimwood Forest," Juliana remarked, her voice filled with nostalgia as she glanced back at the towering trees. "It's a place that truly captures the spirit of Paldea." Ash nodded in agreement, a sense of fulfillment washing over him. "Yeah, it's unlike any place I've ever been. The Guardians, the Celestial Stone, and the Guardian Tree. They all have such a deep connection to this forest." Juliana smiled warmly. "You've gained a deeper understanding of Paldea's natural beauty and its mystical energy. It's a journey of discovery that's just beginning." With a last fond look at Glimwood Forest, Ash and Juliana set off along the path that led back to civilization. The winding trail took them through rolling meadows and small villages, each with its own unique charm and Pokémon inhabitants. Along the way, they encountered friendly villagers who shared stories of their lives in Paldea and the traditions that defined their communities. They visited a bustling marketplace where artisans crafted intricate jewelry from lumashroom silk and local chefs prepared delicacies using honey and berries harvested from nearby orchards. Ash eagerly sampled the local cuisine, savoring the flavors that reflected Paldea's rich agricultural heritage. From honey-glazed pastries to tangy berry tarts, each bite told a story of the region's bounty and the skill of its people. As they journeyed through Paldea's diverse landscapes, Ash and Juliana continued to train and bond with their Pokémon. Grookey proved to be a lively addition to Ash's team, its cheerful demeanor and musical talents winning over both Pokémon and humans alike. Pikachu and the others welcomed Grookey with open arms, forming a close-knit group that supported one another through every challenge. Their travels took them to the vibrant port city of Bayport, where ships from distant lands docked to trade goods and stories. The city bustled with activity, its streets lined with shops selling rare treasures and exotic Pokémon merchandise. Ash marveled at the diversity of Pokémon from different regions, exchanging stories with trainers who had traveled far and wide in search of adventure. Juliana led Ash to Bayport's renowned Pokemon Center, where they met with Nurse Joy and learned about the region's Pokemon conservation efforts. Nurse Joy explained how trainers and researchers work together to protect Paldea's unique Pokemon species and their natural habitats, ensuring a balance between human development and environmental stewardship. It's important to preserve the natural beauty of Paldea for future generations, Nurse Joy said with a gentle smile. Pokemon and humans have coexisted here for centuries, each contributing to the region's rich tapestry of life. Ash nodded thoughtfully, his respect for Paldea's natural wonders deepening with each new experience. He realized that being a Pokemon trainer wasn't just about battling and winning badges, it was about understanding and respecting the delicate balance of nature. With newfound determination, Ash and Juliana set their sights on the next challenge, the Aquamarine City Gym. Located on the shores of Paldea's eastern coast, Aquamarine City was known for its vibrant coral reefs and azure waters teeming with water-type Pokemon. The gym was led by Marina, a skilled trainer who had earned respect for her prowess in both battling and marine conservation. Their journey to Aquamarine City took them through coastal villages and rocky cliffs overlooking the sea. Ash and Juliana marveled at the beauty of Paldea's eastern coastline, where waves crashed against rugged shores and seabirds soared overhead. They encountered water-type Pokemon like Wingull and Magikarp, their presence a testament to the region's rich aquatic biodiversity. As they approached Aquamarine City, the scent of saltwater filled the air, mingling with the tangy aroma of seaweed and brine. The city's architecture reflected its maritime heritage, with buildings adorned with seashells and coral motifs. Fishing boats bobbed in the harbor, their colorful sails catching the breeze as fishermen prepared for their daily catch. Marina welcomed Ash and Juliana to the Aquamarine City Gym with a warm smile, her eyes sparkling with determination. She explained that the gym's challenges were designed to test both battling skills and knowledge of water-type Pokemon habitats. The gym is more than just a place to battle, Marina explained as they entered the sleek, modern facility. It's a sanctuary for water-type Pokemon and a hub for marine research. Trainers who earn the Wave Badge demonstrate their respect for aquatic life and their commitment to protecting Paldea's oceans. Ash nodded in understanding, his mind racing with anticipation for the battles ahead. Pikachu and the other Pokemon were equally eager, their determination evident as they prepared for the gym's challenges. The first challenge took place in a simulated coral reef, where Ash faced off against Marina's Finneon. The graceful water-type Pokemon darted through the water with effortless agility, its iridescent scales shimmering in the artificial sunlight. "Let's go, Pikachu," Ash called out, his voice filled with confidence. "Use Thunderbolt." Pikachu unleashed a powerful bolt of electricity, aiming for Finneon with pinpoint accuracy. The attack struck true, enveloping Finneon in a crackling aura of energy. Despite the type disadvantage, Finneon displayed remarkable resilience and retaliated with a dazzling display of Aqua Tail. Ash and Pikachu adjusted their strategy, utilizing quick movements and well-timed attacks to gain the upper hand. With a final Iron Tail, Pikachu defeated Finneon, earning praise from Marina for their skill and determination. "Well done, Ash," Marina exclaimed with a smile. "You and Pikachu make an impressive team. You've earned the first star of the Wave Badge." Ash beamed with pride as Pikachu returned to his side, the victory fueling their determination for the challenges ahead. They continued through the gym's simulated habitats, facing off against water-type Pokemon like Weasel and Corphish. Each battle tested their strategy and resilience, pushing them to adapt and grow as trainers. Juliana provided guidance and encouragement from the sidelines, offering insights into the behavior and strengths of water-type Pokemon. Her knowledge proved invaluable as Ash navigated through Marina's gym challenges, earning respect from the gym leader for his dedication to the bond between trainers and Pokemon. After a series of intense battles, Ash and Pikachu stood before Marina for the final challenge, a double battle against her signature Pokemon, Lumineon and Melodic. The elegant water types glided through the gym's largest aquarium, their movements synchronized and their presence commanding. "This will be our toughest challenge yet, Pikachu," Ash said with determination, locking eyes with his partner. "But we've come this far together. Let's show Marina what we're capable of." Pikachu nodded confidently, sparks of electricity crackling around its cheeks. Ash and Pikachu coordinated their attacks with precision, using a combination of Thunderbolt and Quick Attack to keep Lumineon and Melodic on the defensive. Marina countered with strategic maneuvers and powerful water-type moves, testing Ash and Pikachu's resilience. The battle was fierce and intense, each Pokémon pushing themselves to their limits in pursuit of victory. As the battle reached its climax, Ash and Pikachu unleashed their ultimate combination attack. Volt Tackle enhanced with the power of Z-Power. Pikachu's form crackled with electrifying energy as it charged towards Lumineon and Melodic, leaving a trail of sparks in its wake. The attack struck with explosive force, engulfing the battlefield in a dazzling display of light and power. Marina watched in awe as Pikachu's Z-move connected, overwhelming her Pokémon with sheer determination and skill. "You did it, Pikachu," Ash cheered, his voice ringing with triumph. "We did it." Marina smiled warmly, her respect for Ash evident in her eyes. "Congratulations, Ash. You've proven yourself worthy of the Wave Badge." She presented Ash with a badge shaped like a cresting wave, its intricate design reflecting the beauty and power of Paldea's oceans. Ash accepted the badge with gratitude, feeling a rush of accomplishment and pride. "Thank you, Marina," Ash said earnestly, admiring the badge. "This means a lot." "You earned it," Marina replied with a nod. "You and Pikachu have shown exceptional skill and determination. I have no doubt you'll continue to grow stronger as you journey through Paldea." Juliana joined them with a congratulatory smile, her eyes shining with pride. "Well done, Ash. You and Pikachu were amazing in battle." Ash grinned, his excitement still palpable. "Thanks, Juliana. Couldn't have done it without your guidance." With the Wave Badge in hand and their spirits renewed, Ash and Juliana decided to explore Aquamarine City and enjoy the local sights. The city's waterfront offered stunning views of the Azure Sea and the bustling harbor, where trainers and fishermen alike gathered to share stories and trade Pokémon. They visited a marine research center dedicated to studying Paldea's aquatic Pokémon species and their habitats. Researchers shared insights into the region's marine biodiversity and the conservation efforts aimed at protecting endangered species. "It's inspiring to see how trainers and researchers work together to safeguard Paldea's oceans," Ash remarked, his voice filled with admiration. "Every Pokémon plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of our world." Juliana nodded in agreement, her gaze softening with affection. "You're right, Ash. Our journey is about more than just battles. It's about learning from each encounter and forging bonds that transcend beyond words." Their exploration of Aquamarine City continued as Ash and Juliana wandered through the bustling streets lined with shops and cafes. They sampled local delicacies like seaweed tempura and freshly caught Magikarp sushi, savoring the flavors that reflected Paldea's coastal cuisine. As they strolled along the waterfront promenade, Pikachu and the other Pokémon frolicked happily by their side. Grookey, in particular, seemed fascinated by the sight of Wingull soaring above the waves and eagerly mimicked their calls. The bond between Grookey and the rest of Ash's team continued to grow stronger with each passing day, solidifying their status as a unified and supportive group. Juliana shared stories of her own travels through Paldea, recounting memorable encounters with legendary Pokémon and ancient ruins hidden deep within the region's diverse landscapes. She spoke of the celestial guardians who watched over Paldea's sacred sites and the legendary Pokémon said to embody the very essence of nature itself. "It's believed that the legendary Pokémon of Paldea possess incredible powers," Juliana explained, her voice filled with reverence. "They represent the balance between land, sea, and sky, protecting the region from harm and guiding those who seek their wisdom." Ash listened intently, captivated by Juliana's tales of adventure and discovery. He felt a deepening connection to Paldea's rich history and the mystical energy that permeated every corner of the region. His journey had already led him to encounter legendary Pokémon like Celebi and the Guardians of Glimwood Forest, each experience leaving an indelible mark on his heart. Their time in Aquamarine City passed quickly, filled with training sessions at the local Pokémon Center and friendly battles with other trainers eager to test their skills. Ash relished the opportunity to learn from each new opponent, refining his strategies and strengthening the bonds with his Pokémon team. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in shades of pink and gold, Ash and Juliana stood on a cliff overlooking the tranquil sea. Pikachu and the other Pokémon nestled close, their eyes reflecting the fading light as they watched the waves lap against the rocky shore. "This journey has been incredible," Ash said softly, breaking the peaceful silence that enveloped them. "I've learned so much, not just about Pokémon battles, but about the world around us." Juliana smiled warmly, her gaze fixed on the horizon. Paldea has a way of revealing its secrets to those who approach it with an open heart. Every Pokemon, every landscape tells a story waiting to be discovered. Ash nodded thoughtfully, his mind filled with memories of their adventures together. And we've barely scratched the surface. There's still so much more to see, so much more to learn. Their conversation was interrupted by a distant splash in the water below. Ash and Juliana turned to see a pod of playful Finneon leaping gracefully through the waves, their tails glinting in the last rays of sunlight. Nearby, a group of wingulls circled overhead, their cries echoing across the sea. It's moments like these that remind me why I became a Pokemon trainer, Ash reflected, his voice tinged with gratitude. To experience the beauty of nature and to forge bonds that transcend words. Juliana placed a hand on Ash's shoulder, her expression gentle yet filled with determination. And your journey is far from over, Ash. There are still gym battles to win, new Pokemon to meet, and challenges that will test your strength and courage. Ash nodded, a renewed sense of purpose coursing through his veins. I'm ready for whatever comes next, Juliana. With Pikachu and my team by my side, there's nothing we can't achieve. With the moon rising above the sea and casting a silver glow over Aquamarine City, Ash and Juliana made their way back to the Pokemon Center. The night was filled with anticipation for the adventures that awaited them, their hearts united in their shared passion for Pokemon and the world of Paldea. As they entered the Pokemon Center, Nurse Joy greeted them with a warm smile. Welcome back, Ash. I've heard about your victory at the Aquamarine City Gym. Congratulations. Ash grinned proudly, showing Nurse Joy the wave badge pinned to his jacket. Thanks, Nurse Joy. It was a tough battle, but Pikachu and I gave it our all. Nurse Joy nodded approvingly, her voice filled with encouragement. I'm glad to hear that. Your journey through Paldea is shaping up to be quite the adventure. With Pikachu and the other Pokemon settled into their accommodations for the night, Ash and Juliana gathered around a cozy table in the Pokemon Center's lounge area. They exchanged stories and laughter, reminiscing about their favorite moments from their journey so far. As the hours passed, Ash felt a sense of gratitude for the friendships he had formed and the experiences that had shaped him into the trainer he was becoming. Each challenge had strengthened his bond with Pikachu and the rest of his team, reaffirming their shared dream of becoming Pokemon Masters. I couldn't have asked for a better partner than you, Pikachu, Ash said sincerely, his eyes meeting Pikachu's with unwavering trust. Together, we'll continue to grow stronger and face whatever challenges come our way. Pikachu responded with a cheerful chirp, its tail wagging in agreement. The other Pokemon joined in, their voices blending in a harmonious chorus of camaraderie and support. Juliana smiled warmly, her heart swelling with pride. You've come a long way, Ash, and your journey is only just beginning. With renewed determination and a sense of unity, Ash and Juliana bid each other good night. Tomorrow would bring new adventures, new challenges, and the promise of further discovery in the vast and wondrous region of Paldea. As Ash settled into his bed that night, Pikachu curled up beside him with a contented sigh. The stars twinkled overhead, a reminder of the countless possibilities that awaited them on their journey. With a heart full of dreams and a spirit ready to soar, Ash drifted into a peaceful sleep, eager for the adventures that awaited him in the days and weeks ahead in Paldea. After their triumph at the Aquamarine City Gym, Ash and Juliana continued their journey through Paldea with renewed determination. They traveled across rolling hills and lush meadows, Pikachu and the other Pokemon by their side, eager for the next challenge that awaited them. Their path led them to Celestial Peak, a majestic mountain shrouded in mist and legend. Located at the heart of Paldea, Celestial Peak was rumored to be the dwelling place of celestial Pokemon that governed the balance of the region's natural forces. As Ash and Juliana approached the base of Celestial Peak, they were greeted by a tranquil meadow carpeted with wildflowers and dotted with shimmering celebi blossoms. The air was crisp and cool, carrying the scent of pine and earth. Grookey hopped excitedly from flower to flower, its curiosity piqued by the serene beauty of their surroundings. This place feels magical, Ash remarked, gazing up at the towering peak obscured by swirling clouds. Do you think we'll find legendary Pokemon here, Juliana? Juliana nodded thoughtfully, her eyes scanning the mist-shrouded slopes. Celestial Peak is said to be a place where time and space converge. Legend has it that celestial Pokemon gather here to commune with the forces of nature. As they ventured deeper into the meadow, they encountered a group of wild Pokemon native to Celestial Peak. A pair of gentle Altarias soared gracefully overhead, their cotton-like wings catching the sunlight filtering through the clouds. Nearby, a flock of swablu chirped melodiously from the branches of ancient trees, their blue feathers shimmering in the gentle breeze. These Pokémon are known as the Guardians of Celestial Peak, Juliana explained, her voice filled with reverence. They watch over the mountain and its inhabitants, ensuring harmony and balance. Ash observed the Pokémon with awe, struck by their ethereal beauty and serene demeanor. He felt a deep connection to Celestial Peak and the mystical energy that permeated the mountain's surroundings. Their exploration brought them to a series of natural hot springs nestled within Celestial Peak's foothills. The springs were surrounded by towering cliffs and cascading waterfalls, creating a tranquil oasis that seemed untouched by time. Pokémon like Happiny and Bonsly bathed in the warm waters, their playful antics adding to the peaceful atmosphere. "This place is amazing," Ash marveled, dipping his hand into the crystal-clear spring water. "It's like a hidden paradise within Paldea." Juliana smiled warmly, her eyes reflecting the serenity of their surroundings. The hot springs are believed to have healing properties, rejuvenating both body and spirit. Trainers often come here to relax and bond with their Pokémon. They spent some time unwinding in the soothing waters of the hot springs, the tension melting away from their muscles as they enjoyed moments of quiet reflection. Pikachu and the other Pokémon splashed playfully in the shallows, their laughter echoing through the tranquil valley. As they prepared to leave the hot springs, a rustling sound caught their attention. Ash and Juliana turned to see a group of wild Pokémon emerging from the surrounding forest. Among them was a majestic Togekiss, its wings aglow with a soft, radiant light. Beside it stood a pair of serene Gardevoir, their psychic energy creating a sense of calmness and serenity. "These Pokémon are said to be emissaries of the Celestial Realm," Juliana explained, her voice hushed with awe. "They travel between worlds, spreading peace and harmony wherever they go." Ash watched in awe as the Pokémon approached, their presence imbued with an otherworldly grace. He sensed a profound connection between them and the mountain, a connection that transcended words and boundaries. "It's incredible," Ash murmured, his voice filled with wonder. "To think that such powerful Pokémon call Celestial Peak their home." Juliana nodded thoughtfully, her gaze fixed on the celestial Pokémon. They embody the essence of Celestial Peak, its beauty, its mysteries, and its timeless wisdom. Their encounter with the celestial Pokémon deepened Ash's appreciation for Celestial Peak and its significance in Paldea. He realized that their journey was not just about battling and earning badges, but about understanding the interconnectedness of all living beings and the natural world. As they continued their ascent up Celestial Peak, the air grew thinner and colder. The mist thickened around them, enveloping the mountain in an ethereal veil. Pikachu and the other Pokémon remained close, their senses heightened by the mountain's mystical energy. They encountered trainers and researchers along the way, each with their own reasons for exploring Celestial Peak. Some sought rare Pokémon species that thrived in the mountain's unique climate, while others studied the ancient ruins and carvings scattered throughout its slopes. "These ruins are believed to date back to ancient times," Juliana explained, examining a weathered stone tablet engraved with intricate symbols. "They depict stories of legendary Pokémon and their role in shaping Paldea's history." Ash studied the carvings with fascination, tracing the patterns with his fingertips. He felt a sense of reverence for the ancient civilizations that had once inhabited Celestial Peak, their knowledge and wisdom preserved in stone for future generations. Their journey led them to Celestial Sanctuary, a sacred grove nestled at the summit of the mountain. The sanctuary was adorned with clusters of glowing celebi blossoms and ancient stone pillars that seemed to reach towards the heavens. A gentle breeze whispered through the grove, carrying with it a sense of peace and tranquility. "This is Celestial Sanctuary," Juliana said softly, her voice filled with awe. "It's said to be a place of communion with the celestial Pokémon, where trainers come to seek guidance and enlightenment." Ash approached the stone pillars cautiously, sensing their profound energy. The sanctuary exuded a sense of ancient wisdom and spiritual harmony, its beauty transcending the passage of time. "It's breathtaking," Ash murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. "I can feel the energy of this place. It's like being in the presence of something greater than ourselves." Juliana nodded in agreement, her eyes shining with reverence. Celestial Sanctuary is a testament to the bond between Pokémon and humans, a bond that spans generations and connects us to the very essence of Paldea. They spent some time in quiet contemplation, allowing the sanctuary's serene energy to envelop them. Ash closed his eyes, feeling a deep connection to Celestial Peak and the celestial Pokémon that called it home. He thought about his journey in Paldea and the challenges that lay ahead, drawing strength from the mountain's timeless wisdom and spiritual guidance. As they prepared to leave Celestial Sanctuary, a soft melody filled the air, catching Ash's attention. He turned to see Grookey sitting atop one of the stone pillars, its leafy cap tilted as it strummed its stick against the Polar's surface. Grookey's music was gentle yet uplifting, its rhythm echoing through the sanctuary like a heartfelt prayer. Pikachu and the other Pokémon gathered around, their eyes filled with curiosity and appreciation. Even Juliana couldn't help but smile at the sight and sound of Grookey's impromptu performance. "You have a gift, Grookey," Ash remarked with admiration, his voice carrying across the sanctuary. Grookey paused its playing and chirped happily, its eyes bright with pride. It seemed to relish the attention and the joy it brought to its newfound friends. Juliana chuckled softly, her gaze warm as she watched Grookey interact with the Pokémon. Grookey's music has a way of soothing the soul. It's no wonder it feels so at home here in Celestial Sanctuary. Ash nodded thoughtfully, impressed by Grookey's ability to connect with others through its music. Music truly is a universal language, he mused. It brings us closer to each other and to the world around us. With Grookey's music lingering in the air, Ash and Juliana descended from Celestial Peak, their hearts and minds filled with the mountain's timeless wisdom and spiritual guidance. The journey down the mountain was filled with reflection and gratitude for the experiences they had shared together. As they reached the base of Celestial Peak, the mist began to dissipate, revealing a breathtaking view of Paldea stretched out before them. The sun cast a golden glow over the landscape, its warmth a reminder of the journey's challenges and triumphs. "We've come a long way, Ash," Juliana said softly, her voice tinged with pride. "And yet, our journey is far from over. There are still gym battles to win, new Pokémon to meet, and mysteries waiting to be uncovered." Ash nodded, his determination renewed. "I'm ready for whatever comes next, Juliana. With Pikachu and my team by my side, there's nothing we can't achieve." Juliana smiled warmly, her eyes reflecting the mountain's serene aura. "Together, we'll continue to explore Paldea's wonders and forge bonds that transcend words." With their hearts united and their spirits soaring, Ash and Juliana set off once more, their journey through Paldea unfolding like a tapestry of adventure and discovery. The road ahead was filled with challenges and mysteries waiting to be unraveled, but they faced them with courage and a sense of wonder that only strengthened their bond with each passing day. As they walked side by side, Pikachu and the other Pokémon at their heels, Ash couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the friendships he had formed and the experiences that had shaped him into the trainer he was becoming. Each step forward brought them closer to their dreams of becoming Pokémon Masters and uncovering the secrets of Paldea's legendary Pokémon. With Celestial Peak looming in the distance behind them, Ash and Juliana embarked on their next destination, the Verdant Valley, a sprawling expanse known for its lush greenery and diverse Pokémon habitats. The valley was rumored to be home to rare grass-type Pokémon and ancient ruins that held clues to Paldea's ancient history. As they ventured deeper into Verdant Valley, the landscape transformed into a vibrant tapestry of emerald hues. Towering trees with leaves as large as canopies stretched towards the sky, creating a verdant canopy that filtered the sunlight into dappled patterns on the forest floor. Pokémon native to the valley rustled in the underbrush, their calls blending harmoniously with the gentle rustling of leaves. "This place is teeming with life," Juliana remarked, her eyes bright with curiosity as she observed a group of deerling grazing peacefully nearby. Verdant Valley is a haven for grass-type Pokémon, each adapted to thrive in its own unique way. Ash nodded in agreement, his gaze sweeping over the lush landscape. "It's amazing how Pokémon and nature coexist here," he marveled. "They're all part of a delicate balance that makes Verdant Valley so vibrant." Their exploration led them to a serene clearing dotted with ancient stone ruins overgrown with moss and vines. The ruins bore intricate carvings depicting scenes of Pokémon and humans living in harmony, a testament to the valley's rich cultural heritage. Ash and Juliana approached the ruins with reverence, their footsteps echoing softly against the weathered stone. These ruins are believed to be remnants of an ancient civilization that revered grass-type Pokémon, Juliana explained, tracing her fingers along the carvings. They were guardians of the land, entrusted with maintaining the balance of Verdant Valley. As they studied the carvings, Ash felt a sense of connection to the ancient civilization that had once thrived in Verdant Valley. He imagined what life must have been like for the people who lived here, their bond with Pokemon and the natural world shaping their daily lives and traditions. Their reverie was interrupted by a rustling sound from the bushes nearby. Ash and Juliana turned to see a group of wild Pokemon emerge, their presence adding to the mystical aura of the ruins. A herd of grazing Gogoat moved gracefully through the clearing, their majestic horns adorned with colorful flowers that mirrored the valley's vibrant blooms. Beside them, a group of Roserade danced gracefully, their elegant movements accompanied by the soft rustling of leaves. Their delicate petals seemed to shimmer in the dappled sunlight, creating a mesmerizing display of beauty and grace. "It's like a living tapestry," Ash murmured, captivated by the scene unfolding before him. These Pokemon embody the spirit of Verdant Valley, its beauty, its resilience, and its harmony with nature. Juliana smiled warmly, her eyes reflecting Ash's admiration. Verdant Valley has a way of revealing its secrets to those who approach it with an open heart. Every Pokemon here tells a story of resilience and adaptation. They spent hours exploring the ruins and observing the Pokemon that called Verdant Valley home. Pikachu and the other Pokemon interacted playfully with the wild Pokemon, forging bonds that transcended words and boundaries. Grookey, in particular, seemed fascinated by the musical chirps of the nearby Skiddo, its curiosity piqued by the harmony of Pokemon and nature. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over Verdant Valley, Ash and Juliana decided to make camp near the ruins. They gathered firewood and set up a makeshift campfire, its flickering flames casting dancing shadows against the ancient stone. Around the campfire, they shared stories and laughter, reminiscing about their favorite moments from their journey through Paldea. Ash recounted his battles at the Aquamarine City Gym and the mystical experiences atop Celestial Peak, while Juliana shared tales of her own adventures and discoveries. "It's moments like these that remind me why I became a Pokemon trainer," Ash reflected, his voice tinged with gratitude. "To experience the beauty of nature and to forge bonds that last a lifetime." Juliana nodded thoughtfully, her gaze fixed on the crackling flames. "Our journey is about more than just battles and badges. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all living beings and the natural world." Their conversation was interrupted by a rustling sound from the forest's edge. Ash and Juliana tensed, alert for any potential danger, but their apprehension melted away when a familiar figure emerged from the shadows. "Professor Oak!" Ash exclaimed with surprise and delight, rising to greet the renowned Pokemon professor. Professor Oak smiled warmly, his eyes twinkling with amusement. "It's good to see you, Ash. I've been following your journey through Paldea with great interest." Ash's face lit up with excitement. "Did you come to study the Pokemon in Verdant Valley too, Professor?" Professor Oak nodded, his expression thoughtful. "Verdant Valley is a treasure trove of biodiversity and ancient lore. I came to explore the ruins and observe the unique Pokemon species that inhabit this region." Juliana greeted Professor Oak with a respectful nod. "It's an honor to meet you, Professor Oak. Your research has inspired generations of trainers, including Ash." Professor Oak chuckled warmly. "The pleasure is mine, Juliana. I've heard great things about your journey together. It seems you've encountered legendary Pokemon and explored sacred sites that few trainers have seen." Ash and Juliana exchanged a glance, their thoughts turning to their experiences atop Celestial Peak and beyond. "It's been an incredible journey so far," Ash admitted, his voice filled with awe. "Every day brings new discoveries and challenges." Professor Oak nodded approvingly, his gaze shifting to the campfire's flickering flames. "Remember, Ash, being a Pokemon trainer isn't just about battles and victories. It's about learning from every experience and forging bonds that transcend words." Ash nodded thoughtfully, absorbing Professor Oak's words of wisdom. "I understand, Professor. Our journey is about growth, both as trainers and as individuals." Juliana added, "We've learned so much about Paldea's rich history and the mystical energy that connects us all." Professor Oak smiled knowingly, his gaze lingering on the ancient ruins surrounding them. "The legends of Paldea hold many secrets waiting to be uncovered. As trainers, you have the unique opportunity to unravel those mysteries and deepen your understanding of this extraordinary region." With Professor Oak's encouragement, Ash and Juliana spent the evening discussing their plans for the days ahead. They exchanged ideas about potential Pokemon encounters in Verdant Valley and strategies for their upcoming gym battles. Pikachu and the other Pokémon nestled close, their presence a comforting reminder of the bonds they had formed on their journey. As the night deepened and the campfire's embers burned low, Ash and Juliana bid Professor Oak good night. They settled into their makeshift beds under the stars, their minds buzzing with anticipation for the adventures that awaited them in Verdant Valley and beyond. "Tomorrow, we'll continue our journey through Paldea," Ash murmured, his voice filled with determination. "There's still so much to explore, so many Pokémon to meet." Juliana nodded in agreement, her heart filled with excitement. "And with each new discovery, we'll grow stronger and closer to our goal." With a sense of unity and purpose, Ash and Juliana drifted into a peaceful sleep, their dreams filled with visions of the vibrant landscapes and legendary Pokémon that awaited them in Verdant Valley and beyond in the wondrous region of Paldea. Dawn broke over Verdant Valley, casting a golden hue over the tranquil landscape. Ash and Juliana stood at the edge of the valley, their Pokémon gathered around them, ready to embark on the next leg of their journey, the Paldea Pokémon League. The air was crisp with anticipation as they looked towards the bustling city where the League awaited, its towering spires visible in the distance. "This is it, Pikachu," Ash said, his voice tinged with excitement. "The Paldea League is our chance to prove ourselves." Juliana nodded, her eyes sparkling with determination. "We've come so far, Ash. Let's give it our all and show everyone what we're capable of." With renewed resolve, they set off towards the League city, their footsteps echoing on the forest path. Along the way, they encountered trainers from different regions, each with their own unique style and Pokémon companions. They exchanged friendly battles and shared stories of their Pokémon journeys, forging new friendships that would accompany them to the League grounds. As they approached the outskirts of the League city, Ash and Juliana were greeted by a bustling metropolis adorned with colorful banners and bustling with activity. Trainers hurried to and fro, preparing for the upcoming battles, while vendors lined the streets with stalls selling Pokeballs, potions, and rare items. "This place is incredible," Ash marveled, taking in the sights and sounds of the League city. "It's like a Pokémon trainer's paradise." Juliana smiled, her gaze sweeping over the cityscape. "It's the heart of Pokémon battling in Paldea. This is where dreams are made." Their first stop was the League Registration Center, where they officially entered the tournament and received their participant badges. The center buzzed with excitement as trainers from all over Paldea gathered, each eager to test their skills and prove themselves in battle. "We're really doing this, Pikachu," Ash said, clipping his badge proudly to his backpack. "Let's make Professor Oak and all our friends proud." With their badges secured, Ash and Juliana explored the League city, familiarizing themselves with the tournament venues and soaking in the atmosphere of anticipation. They visited practice arenas where trainers honed their skills, watched exhibition matches featuring renowned battlers, and even attended a seminar on advanced battling strategies hosted by former League champions. "It's all so intense," Juliana remarked, jotting down notes in her training journal, "but it's also an incredible opportunity to learn and grow." In the days leading up to the qualifying rounds, Ash and Juliana trained diligently with their Pokémon team. They sought out local trainers for practice battles, refining their strategies and perfecting their teamwork. Pikachu sparred with electric types to sharpen its Thunderbolt, while Grookey practiced its grass-type moves against experienced trainers' Pokémon. "We have to be prepared for anything," Ash said, wiping sweat from his brow after a rigorous training session. "The competition here is fierce, but so are we." Juliana nodded in agreement, her Eevee by her side. "We've trained too hard to let anything stand in our way. We're ready for whatever challenges come our way." As the qualifying rounds drew near, Ash and Juliana focused on their mental preparation as well. They visualized their battles, reviewed their opponents' known strategies, and discussed potential tactics with Professor Oak via video calls. The support and advice from their mentors and friends bolstered their confidence, reinforcing their determination to succeed. The day of the qualifying rounds arrived with clear skies and a palpable sense of excitement in the air. Ash and Juliana entered the tournament venue, their hearts pounding with anticipation as they awaited their first opponents. Ash's qualifying battles began with a match against a seasoned Fire-type specialist. The arena crackled with energy as their Pokémon clashed, each vying for dominance. Pikachu darted nimbly around the battlefield, using its speed and agility to outmaneuver opponents and strike with precision Thunderbolt attacks. Meanwhile, Grookey showcased its newfound strength in Grass-type moves, countering Fire-type assaults with Seed Bomb and Vine Whip. Juliana's journey through the qualifying rounds was marked by her adeptness in double battles. She coordinated her Pokemon's attacks with finesse, using combinations of fire, ice, and electric moves to maintain control of the battlefield. Her Eevee proved to be a versatile ally, adapting to different strategies and surprising opponents with unexpected tactics. With each victory, Ash and Juliana gained momentum and confidence. They navigated through diverse matchups, facing trainers with water types, steel types, and even a tricky combination of ghost and dark types. Each battle tested their resilience and adaptability, pushing them to dig deeper and tap into the bonds they had forged with their Pokemon team. Outside of the arenas, Ash and Juliana found moments of respite amidst the intensity of the tournament. They explored the League City's parks and gardens, where Pokemon native to Paldea roamed freely. They visited a Pokemon Center where Nurse Joy and her team provided support and healing for both competitors and their Pokemon partners. "We're really making a name for ourselves," Juliana remarked one evening as they strolled through a lantern-lit plaza. "But the real challenge lies ahead in the final rounds." Ash nodded, his gaze fixed on the starlit sky above. "It's going to be tough, Juliana. But we've faced tough challenges before, and we've always come out stronger." Their conversations were interrupted by a familiar voice calling out to them from across the plaza. It was Professor Oak, who had traveled to the League City to offer his support and guidance. "It's good to see you both," Professor Oak greeted them warmly, his eyes twinkling with pride. "You've come a long way since we first met in Pallet Town." Ash and Juliana exchanged smiles, grateful for the professor's unwavering belief in their potential. They updated him on their progress through the Paldea League, sharing stories of their battles and the strategies they had employed. "You've both grown immensely as trainers," Professor Oak observed, his voice filled with admiration. "But remember, the final rounds will require not just skill, but also the bond you share with your Pokemon." With Professor Oak's encouragement fresh in their minds, Ash and Juliana returned to their accommodations to rest and prepare for the upcoming final rounds of the Paldea League. The night before the championship matches, they gathered with their Pokemon team in a quiet corner of the League City, reflecting on their journey and steeling themselves for the battles that lay ahead. The day of the Paldea League Championship dawned with clear skies and a palpable sense of excitement in the air. Ash and Juliana stood side by side in the bustling tournament venue, their Pokemon team gathered around them, ready to face their toughest opponents yet. The stadium echoed with the cheers of spectators and the hum of anticipation as trainers from across Paldea prepared to showcase their skills on the grand stage. Ash glanced around at the sea of faces in the stands, his heart pounding with a mix of nerves and determination. "This is it, Pikachu," he murmured, his voice tinged with excitement. "Our chance to prove ourselves and become champions." Pikachu chirped in agreement, its tail flicking eagerly. Beside them, Grookey thumped its chest confidently, ready to battle alongside its trainer. Juliana stood poised nearby, her Eevee at her side. "We've trained hard for this moment," she said, her voice steady with resolve. "Let's show everyone what we're made of, Eevee." Eevee nodded eagerly, its eyes shining with determination. Juliana's other Pokemon, including a Vulpix and a Luxray, stood ready, each prepared to showcase their strengths in battle. The championship matches were divided into several rounds, with each trainer facing off against opponents who had proven their skill and determination throughout the qualifying rounds. Ash and Juliana watched as other trainers battled fiercely, strategizing and adapting their tactics to counter their opponents' moves. "We have to stay focused," Ash reminded himself, eyes fixed on the upcoming battles. "Our opponents are strong, but so are we." Juliana nodded in agreement, her gaze unwavering. "We've come too far to let anything stand in our way now." Preliminary rounds. Ash's first opponent in the quarterfinals was Derek, a seasoned trainer known for his powerful Dragon-type Pokemon. The battlefield crackled with energy as they took their positions, the referee signaling the start of the match. "Go, Dragonite!" Derek called out, releasing his formidable Dragon-type Pokemon onto the field. Its wings spread wide, casting a shadow over the battlefield as it prepared to unleash its devastating attacks. Ash countered with Pikachu, his longtime partner and steadfast ally. "Pikachu, let's show them what we're made of," he declared, his voice carrying across the arena. Pikachu leapt into action, darting nimbly around Dragonite's powerful attacks. It launched a series of thunderbolts, crackling with electric energy, aiming to exploit Dragonite's flying-type weakness. Derek's Dragonite responded with Dragon-type moves, creating a fierce back-and-forth exchange that electrified the audience. Meanwhile, Grookey battled against Derek's Flygon, using its Grass-type moves to neutralize the Ground-type Pokemon's attacks. Seed Bomb and Energy Ball burst forth, sending shockwaves through the battlefield as Grookey displayed its newfound strength and agility. The battle raged on, each trainer strategizing and adapting their tactics in real time. Ash and Pikachu maintained their momentum, exploiting Dragonite's vulnerabilities while dodging its powerful Dragon-type assaults. With a final Thunderbolt, Pikachu landed a decisive blow, securing Ash the victory in the quarterfinals. Juliana's path through the quarterfinals was equally intense, as she faced off against Marina, a skilled trainer specializing in Water-type Pokemon. The battlefield became a watery arena as Marina's Melodic and Gyarados unleashed powerful Water-type moves, creating whirlpools and waves that tested Juliana's strategic prowess. Juliana coordinated her Pokemon's attacks with precision, using Luxray's Electric-type moves to counteract the Water-type's assaults. Eevee showcased its versatility, adapting to different battle situations and surprising Marina with unexpected tactics. With a combination of fire, ice, and electric moves, Juliana secured her victory in the quarterfinals, advancing to the semifinals with determination and grace. Semifinal matches *. The semifinals brought even greater challenges for Ash and Juliana, as they faced off against opponents who had honed their skills to near perfection. The stadium buzzed with anticipation as trainers and spectators alike prepared for the intense battles that would determine the finalists of the Paldea League. Ash's opponent in the semifinals was Xavier, a cunning trainer renowned for his Steel-type Pokemon. The battlefield transformed into a metallic arena as Xavier's Steelix and Metagross emerged, their steel bodies gleaming in the arena lights. "This is going to be tough, Pikachu," Ash acknowledged, his voice steady despite the challenge ahead. "But we've faced tough opponents before, and we've always found a way to win." Pikachu nodded confidently, its cheeks sparking with electricity. It faced off against Steelix, using its speed and agility to evade the Rock-type Pokemon's crushing attacks. Thunderbolt crackled through the air, aiming for Steelix's vulnerable points and gradually wearing it down. Meanwhile, Grookey confronted Metagross, using its Grass-type moves to counter the Steel-type Pokemon's heavy-hitting attacks. Seed Bomb and Wood Hammer struck true, exploiting Metagross's weaknesses and forcing Xavier to recalibrate his strategy. The battle intensified as Xavier's Steelix and Metagross unleashed powerful Steel-type moves, creating a challenging battlefield for Ash and Pikachu. But with unwavering determination and strategic brilliance, Ash and Pikachu prevailed, securing their place in the championship match. Juliana's semifinal match was against Lena, a formidable trainer known for her Psychic-type Pokemon. The battlefield became a mental arena as Lena's Espeon and Alakazam showcased their psychic powers, creating illusions and manipulating the battlefield to their advantage. Juliana remained calm and focused, her strategy unfolding with each precise command. Luxray's Electric-type moves disrupted the Psychic-type's concentration, while Vulpix's Fire-type attacks countered their psychic abilities. Eevee's adaptability proved crucial, as it anticipated Lena's next moves and responded with Ice-type moves to neutralize their strengths. The battle was a test of Juliana's strategic acumen and bond with her Pokemon team. With each calculated move, she gained ground against Lena's psychic types, showcasing her growth as a trainer. In a decisive moment, Juliana's Pokemon coordinated a synchronized attack that overwhelmed Lena's defenses, securing Juliana's victory and advancing her to the championship match. Championship match. Ash vs Marina *. The championship match of the Paldea League was a highly anticipated showdown between Ash and Marina, two trainers who had proven themselves as formidable opponents throughout the tournament. The stadium buzzed with excitement as spectators filled the stands, eager to witness the ultimate battle that would determine the next Paldea League champion. Ash and Marina stood at opposite ends of the battlefield, their Pokemon poised and ready for battle. Pikachu and Grookey stood alongside Ash, their eyes fixed on Marina's formidable team of Water-type Pokemon, including her powerful Melodic. "You've come a long way, Ash," Marina said with a smile, her voice carrying across the arena. "But only one of us can emerge as the Paldea League champion." Ash nodded, his expression focused and determined. "I'm ready, Marina. Let's give it everything we've got." The referee signaled the start of the match, and the battle erupted into motion. Pikachu darted across the battlefield with lightning speed, unleashing Thunderbolt and Quick Attack with pinpoint accuracy. Grookey's grass-type moves proved invaluable against Marina's water types, countering their attacks with Seed Bomb and Energy Ball. Marina's Melodic proved to be a resilient opponent, its graceful movements and powerful water-type moves posing a significant challenge for Ash and Pikachu. But with strategic maneuvers and unwavering determination, Ash and Pikachu gained the upper hand, landing critical hits and exploiting Melodic's vulnerabilities. The stadium erupted into cheers as Ash and Pikachu's teamwork and bond with their Pokémon shone brightly in every move and decision they made. Spectators watched in awe as the battle reached its climax, the outcome hanging in the balance with each exchange of attacks. In the final moments of the battle, Ash and Pikachu faced off against Marina's Melodic, the tension palpable in the air. With a final burst of determination, Pikachu unleashed its signature move, Volt Tackle, electrifying the stadium with its intensity. The attack connected with precision, overwhelming Melodic and securing Ash the victory. The crowd erupted into thunderous applause as Ash was declared the new Paldea League champion. Pikachu chirped with joy, basking in the cheers and adoration of the audience. Ash grinned widely, overcome with pride and gratitude for his Pokémon team's hard-earned triumph. Championship match: Juliana vs. Xavier. On an adjacent battlefield, Juliana faced off against Xavier in the championship match, a showdown that showcased her strategic prowess and bond with her Pokémon team. Luxray, Vulpix, and Eevee stood at her side, their determination mirrored in Juliana's steady gaze. Xavier's Steel-type Pokémon, including Steelix and Metagross, proved to be formidable opponents, their steel bodies gleaming in the arena lights. But Juliana remained undaunted, her focus unwavering as she formulated her battle strategy. Luxray's Electric-type moves disrupted the Steel-type's defenses, while Vulpix's Fire-type attacks countered their heavy-hitting Steel-type moves. Eevee's adaptability and agility proved crucial, as it maneuvered around the battlefield and responded with Ice-type moves to exploit their weaknesses. The battle was a test of Juliana's resilience and tactical ingenuity. With each precise command, she guided her Pokémon team through Xavier's defenses, showcasing her growth as a trainer and the bond she had forged with her Pokémon team. The battlefield echoed with the clash of moves and the cheers of spectators, who watched in awe as Juliana and Xavier engaged in a battle of strategy and skill. As the battle progressed, Juliana and her Pokémon maintained a steady rhythm, anticipating Xavier's tactics and responding with calculated precision. Luxray's Thunderfang crackled with electric energy, striking true against Steelix's rocky exterior. Vulpix's Flamethrower engulfed Metagross in searing flames, forcing Xavier to adjust his strategy on the fly. Xavier's Steelix retaliated with powerful Earthquake and Iron Tail attacks, shaking the battlefield and testing Juliana's team's endurance. Metagross countered with Meteor Mash and Hammer Arm, its steel claws and powerful blows threatening to turn the tide of battle. But Juliana remained composed, her eyes locked on the battlefield as she assessed her options. She knew that victory hinged not just on strength, but on strategy and the deep bond she shared with her Pokémon team. With a decisive command, she coordinated a synchronized attack, Luxray and Vulpix combining their electric and fire-type moves to create a devastating combo that broke through Metagross's defenses. The crowd erupted into applause as Juliana's tactics paid off, securing her a hard-earned victory in the championship match. Luxray roared triumphantly, its fur bristling with electric energy, while Vulpix let out a triumphant cry, its flames burning bright with victory. Eevee leapt into Juliana's arms, nuzzling against her with pride and affection. Juliana smiled brightly, her heart swelling with pride for her Pokémon team. She had faced formidable opponents, navigated through intense battles, and emerged victorious through sheer determination and the unbreakable bond she shared with her Pokémon. Post-battle celebrations and awards ceremony. After the final battles concluded, the stadium erupted into celebration. Spectators cheered and applauded as Ash and Juliana stood side by side in the center of the arena, their Pokémon team surrounding them. The atmosphere was electric with excitement and admiration for the newly crowned champions of the Paldea League. "We did it, Pikachu," Ash said, his voice filled with emotion as he hugged his loyal partner. "We're champions." Pikachu chirped happily, its cheeks crackling with electricity. Ash's other Pokémon, including Grookey and newly acquired teammates, celebrated alongside them, exchanging joyful cries and playful nudges. Juliana stood nearby, her Pokémon team gathered around her in a proud display of unity. "We made it, everyone," she exclaimed, her voice ringing with pride. All our hard work and dedication have paid off. Eevee wagged its tail happily, basking in Juliana's praise. Luxray and Vulpix exchanged congratulatory nods, their eyes shining with pride for their trainer's achievement. The Paldea League officials presented Ash and Juliana with trophies and accolades, honoring them for their outstanding performance and sportsmanship throughout the tournament. Professor Oak, who had traveled to Paldea to witness the championship matches, joined them on stage to offer his heartfelt congratulations. "I knew you both had the potential to achieve greatness," Professor Oak said, his voice filled with pride. "You've grown immensely as trainers, and your bond with your Pokémon is truly inspiring." Ash and Juliana thanked Professor Oak for his guidance and support, expressing their gratitude for his belief in their abilities from the very beginning. They exchanged heartfelt hugs with their Pokémon team, reflecting on the challenges they had overcome and the friendships they had forged along the way. Reflections and New Beginnings ***. As evening descended over the League City, Ash and Juliana found a quiet moment to reflect on their journey through Paldea. They stood atop a hill overlooking the city, the lights of the stadium glowing in the distance. "We've come a long way, Pikachu," Ash said, his gaze fixed on the starry sky above. "But this is just the beginning of our next adventure." Pikachu nodded in agreement, its tail wagging happily. Ash smiled warmly, his heart overflowing with pride for his Pokémon team and excitement for the future. Juliana joined them on the hillside, her Pokémon team gathered around her. "I couldn't have asked for a better partner than you, Eevee," she said, her voice filled with affection. "We've proven that with determination and teamwork, anything is possible." Eevee chirped happily, snuggling against Juliana's leg. Luxray and Vulpix stood nearby, their eyes reflecting Juliana's determination and the strong bond they shared as a team. Together, Ash and Juliana looked out over the League City, their hearts full of gratitude for the experiences that had shaped them into the trainers they had become. They knew that their journey was far from over, with new challenges and adventures awaiting them on the horizon. "We'll always carry Paldea in our hearts," Ash said, his voice filled with determination, "and we'll continue to grow and learn with every step of our journey." Juliana nodded in agreement, her eyes shining with excitement. "Our Pokémon journey is just beginning, and I can't wait to see where it takes us next." With a shared sense of optimism and anticipation for the future, Ash and Juliana bid farewell to Paldea, their hearts full of gratitude for the memories they had created and the friendships they had forged. As they set off on their next adventure, they knew that their bond with their Pokémon would guide them through whatever challenges lay ahead. After their triumphant victories in the Paldea League, Ash and Juliana found themselves at the center of a whirlwind of celebrations and recognition. The League City buzzed with excitement as trainers and spectators gathered to honor the newly crowned champions and their Pokémon teams. Ash and Juliana stood at the center of the festivities, surrounded by their Pokémon team and fellow trainers who had supported them throughout their journey. Pikachu and Eevee basked in the adoration of the crowd, their cheeks crackling with electricity and tails wagging happily. "We did it, Pikachu," Ash said, his voice filled with pride as he hugged his loyal partner. "We're champions." Pikachu chirped happily in response, its eyes shining with joy. Ash's other Pokémon, including Grookey and newly acquired teammates, celebrated alongside them, exchanging joyful cries and playful nudges. Juliana stood nearby, her Pokémon team gathered around her in a proud display of unity. "We made it, everyone," she exclaimed, her voice ringing with pride. "All our hard work and dedication have paid off." Eevee wagged its tail happily, basking in Juliana's praise. Luxray and Vulpix exchanged congratulatory nods, their eyes shining with pride for their trainer's achievement. The Paldea League officials presented Ash and Juliana with trophies and accolades, honoring them for their outstanding performance and sportsmanship throughout the tournament. Professor Oak, who had traveled to Paldea to witness the championship matches, joined them on stage to offer his heartfelt congratulations. "I knew you both had the potential to achieve greatness," Professor Oak said, his voice filled with pride. "You've grown immensely as trainers, and your bond with your Pokémon is truly inspiring." Ash and Juliana thanked Professor Oak for his guidance and support, expressing their gratitude for his belief in their abilities from the very beginning. They exchanged heartfelt hugs with their Pokémon team, reflecting on the challenges they had overcome and the friendships they had forged along the way. The celebration continued late into the night, with music, dancing, and laughter filling the streets of the League City. Trainers and spectators shared stories of their own Pokémon journeys, forging new friendships and bonds inspired by Ash and Juliana's victories. As dawn broke over the League City, Ash and Juliana found a quiet moment to reflect on their journey through Paldea. They stood atop a hill overlooking the city, the lights of the stadium glowing in the distance. "We've come a long way, Pikachu," Ash said, his gaze fixed on the starry sky above. "But this is just the beginning of our next adventure." Pikachu nodded in agreement, its tail wagging happily. Ash smiled warmly, his heart overflowing with pride for his Pokémon team and excitement for the future. Juliana joined them on the hillside, her Pokémon team gathered around her. "I couldn't have asked for a better partner than you, Eevee," she said, her voice filled with affection. "We've proven that with determination and teamwork, anything is possible." Eevee chirped happily, snuggling against Juliana's leg. Luxray and Vulpix stood nearby, their eyes reflecting Juliana's determination and the strong bond they shared as a team. Together, Ash and Juliana looked out over the League City, their hearts full of gratitude for the experiences that had shaped them into the trainers they had become. They knew that their journey was far from over, with new challenges and adventures awaiting them on the horizon. "We'll always carry Paldea in our hearts," Ash said, his voice filled with determination, "and we'll continue to grow and learn with every step of our journey." Juliana nodded in agreement, her eyes shining with excitement. "Our Pokémon journey is just beginning, and I can't wait to see where it takes us next." With a shared sense of optimism and anticipation for the future, Ash and Juliana bid farewell to Paldea, their hearts full of gratitude for the memories they had created and the friendships they had forged. As they set off on their next adventure, they knew that their bond with their Pokémon would guide them through whatever challenges lay ahead. After their journey through Paldea, Ash and Juliana returned to Pallet Town, where they were greeted with warm welcomes and celebrations from their friends and family. Professor Oak hosted a gathering in their honor, inviting friends and fellow trainers to celebrate their achievements and share stories of their adventures. "It's good to be home," Ash said, a content smile on his face as he reunited with his mother, Delia, and his Pokémon team. Delia hugged her son tightly, her eyes shining with pride. "I knew you could do it, Ash," she said, her voice filled with love. "You've grown into such a remarkable trainer." Ash blushed slightly, humbled by his mother's praise. He introduced her to Pikachu and the rest of his Pokémon team, who greeted her with cheerful chirps and friendly nudges. Juliana stood nearby, surrounded by her Pokémon team and exchanging stories with Professor Oak and their friends. Eevee playfully interacted with Oak's Pokémon, forging new friendships and bonds that would strengthen their team's unity. "I'm proud of you, Juliana," Professor Oak said, his voice filled with admiration. "You've shown incredible skill and determination as a trainer." Juliana thanked Professor Oak for his guidance and support, expressing her gratitude for the opportunities he had provided her to grow and learn. She shared stories of her journey through Paldea, reflecting on the challenges she had faced and the friendships she had forged along the way. As the gathering continued, Ash and Juliana spent time with their friends and Pokémon team, exchanging stories and laughter. They reminisced about their adventures in Paldea, recalling the battles they had fought and the lessons they had learned about themselves and their Pokémon. Despite the celebrations and reunions in Pallet Town, Ash and Juliana knew that their Pokémon journey was far from over. They spent their days training with their Pokémon team, honing their skills and exploring new battle strategies. "We can't rest on our laurels," Ash said, his voice filled with determination. "There are always new challenges waiting for us out there." Pikachu nodded in agreement, its cheeks crackling with electricity. It sparred with Grookey and Ash's other Pokémon, exchanging friendly battles and strengthening their bond as a team. Juliana joined them in their training sessions, her Pokémon team by her side. "We've proven ourselves in Paldea," she said, her voice steady with resolve. "But there's still so much more we can achieve together." Eevee wagged its tail eagerly, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Luxray and Vulpix exchanged determined nods, their eyes reflecting Juliana's confidence and the strong bond they shared as a team. As weeks passed and their training intensified, Ash and Juliana received an invitation to visit a new region known for its diverse Pokémon habitats and challenging gyms. They packed their bags, bid farewell to their friends and family in Pallet Town, and set off on a new adventure together. "We're ready for whatever comes our way," Ash said, his voice filled with excitement as he looked ahead to the horizon. Pikachu chirped eagerly, its eyes sparkling with anticipation. Ash's other Pokémon, including Grookey and newly acquired teammates, followed close behind, their footsteps echoing on the path that lay ahead. Juliana smiled warmly, her Pokémon team gathered around her in a proud display of unity. "Our journey continues, Eevee," she said, her voice filled with determination. "And I can't wait to see what new challenges and adventures await us." Eevee wagged its tail happily, snuggling against Juliana's leg. Luxray and Vulpix stood nearby, their eyes shining with excitement for the journey ahead. Together, Ash and Juliana looked out over the horizon, their hearts full of anticipation and determination. They knew that their bond with their Pokémon would guide them through whatever challenges lay ahead, as they embarked on a new chapter of their Pokémon journey. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now we will see you in the next video.